Oh, that was the lowest whoever. Oh my goodness, not a good day. Okay, let's go straight into it. We're live? Am I live? I think I'm live. Hello, hello. Easy as early. Hey man, I was gonna start 5 minutes ago, but I had to eat some chips. Yo, it's been a cool minute, dude. Now, looking for Drew. What's up, dude? Now, before, let me double check. I believe Love recommended 8 chapters. We're rating 54 to 62, and I am down as fuck for that. Because I was excited to keep going, but we have slight bad news, man. I might have caught the Rona. I had to be here. Fuck yeah, man. Yo, 1 year's technically tomorrow, dude. It's technically tomorrow. I'm so fucking mad. I may or may not have caught fucking Corona. I may have caught the Rona, man. I know, man. I was like, no wonder I've been feeling like shit, bro. From what I heard, is basically like the flu at this point. Every year there's gonna be a different strand, right? But it's like, oh man. My girl called me right now before I went out. Like, babe, the person we were with yesterday called me and told me she had Rona. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, no wonder I feel like shit. But you know what, man? I've caught Rona like 4 times. The last time I caught Rona, that shit fucked me up, man. I thought I was gonna die in my sleep. It was right before I started doing YouTube. I thought I was gonna fucking die in my sleep, man. It was bad. So we finishing it by tomorrow on the first 1 year, dude. I would love to, but it's probably gonna have to be like a week after the 1 year. So I'm reading today, and I'm reading today. I'm not reading tomorrow because tomorrow Where Winds Meet comes out, and then if I'm feeling healthy, we will read Saturday and Sunday. Most likely, we're only going to read Saturday or Sunday, which means we don't finish this weekend, but we finish next weekend. So that way, a lot of people have a lot of time to prepare. That way they can join. So, like, most likely, we won't finish this weekend, but we'll finish sometime next Saturday. Saturday, you won't be here for that, Annie, because of which... No, we're not going to be here because of that. No, I'm a stream. No, I mean, I'm not gonna read. I'm not reading tomorrow if I get worse, because I was gonna go out with the missus. But if I'm sick, maybe we might not do that. Make sure to do the last cisterns back to back. Fuck, back to back. Okay. So you're telling me 71 through 94 has to be back to back? God damn, that's like 30 chapters back to back. All right. So 71 to 80. Is gonna be like a Saturday, and then 81 and 94 will be another day. Okay, so between now and this weekend, fuck, wait. Oh my god. So if I do today 54 to 62 and I do tomorrow 63 to 70. Oh my god, it was today. I thought it was tomorrow on the 14th. Shit, was it on the 14th? Oh, wait. Some of you guys are half a day ahead of me. Wait, is today the 14th for you guys, or is it the 13th? What is it for you guys? No, I'm not too sick. I'm not. Oh, shit. It's 14 for you guys right now. I thought the anniversary was tomorrow on my end. My dumb ass. Okay, wait. I think that's how that was my. Yeah, it's 14 for you. That's. Oh, okay. Because I remember Milos showed me the 14th. I forgot. Me and Milos are in different time zones. Yeah, we already finished the book, bro. We read the part where allegedly Audrey gets cut in half. No, it's alright. We're gonna read. We're gonna read today. I feel good, and okay. I can't cancel. I can't cancel. Today is a 1 year stream. Wow, no, today. Hold on, let's record this. Let's get the video recording. Can you guys believe it? Today is our 1 year anniversary stream. Our beautiful Discord server is 1 year old, and we're starting the final volume for Lord of the Mysteries. That is insane, man. Yeah, let's look at the artwork, Milash. I know. I told you we're gonna look at that. I thought that was tomorrow. I forgot. You're on the 14th today, and I'm on the 13th. Here, before we even read, bro, we gotta look at this artwork, man. We've come such a long way. I am not ready for Audrey to be Audrey. Oh, this is amazing. I'm gonna cry, dude. Let me put chat on screen. One sec. Let me put chat on screen. That is fucking cool, dude. Yeah, no Rona's gonna stop us from our stream today. Ain't gonna stop us, bro. Oh, yeah. Let's go, dude. Fucking Milosh, man. God bless you, bro. Happy 1 year anniversary to the Easy Geeky Discord server. In celebration, I made this artwork depicting as many of the active members of the server I could. Let's fucking go. I heart Sam. This is so cool, dude. Is that me? Baldy? Oh, no, that's DSV. That's so fucking cool. Is this referencing when Klein is like in half crazy form? Yo, happy fucking 1 year. Yo mama, LOTM. Hey, I said that reference. We did make a yo mama joke the other day. Is that supposed to be Wiz making the yo mama joke? This is Wiz, right? This has to be Wiz, and then has to be me. Is this supposed to be Dr. Z? Who's Brazilian? Wait, I'm struggling. Is this Cammy, our music DJ? This DSV? Is this a Jimbei reference? You said in one of your previous streams that it's been a while since Klein talked about money. It's also been a while since we saw his inner thoughts because he's no longer human now. No fucking way, bro. Is that what it is? A funny. Where am I? Wait, I'll find you right here. Is that what it is? Is that why he doesn't do that anymore? Because he's rarely lampooned or talked about money. I think this is a Jimbei reference. This is awesome, bro. Thank you so much, Milosh, man. This is fucking cool, dude. I can't believe we're starting the final volume, man, of LOTM today. I'm looking kind of... Is this Ellie? The almighty Ellie? The one who reigns above everybody. Oh, my... I gotta bring her on stream. Let me go get my dog. Yeah, I just saw her. Let me go get Ellie. She has to look at this. Let me go get her. Ellie! Look, dude, that's you. Look, Ellie. Look at the camera right here. Hey, no, you silly dog. No. Look right here. That's you. Oh, you not want to be? She doesn't want to be here. That's you, Ellie. They love you. What, you don't want to be here? You think you're amazing. You're a beautiful angel. I love you. Oh, they love you, Ellie. Oh my God, grab my stuff. I'll let her out. She wants to go out. Oh man. It is amazing, dude. Fucking thank you. Here, let me add this to our artwork quickly. One sec. Oh, ooh, wait. Don't want to save pictures on screen. Hold up. Here, let me add the picture. This is amazing drawing, by the way, dude. The mysterious ruler above the stream, Ellie. Ellie who reigns all. True supremacy. Let me add this to pictures. Easy Geeky OBS. Image added. Alright, hold up. Oh, look. I can pop my camera right here. Ooh, jump scare. Alright, I have to go over here. Here, let me add it. Let me add it. Fan art. Add files. 1 year screenshot. We added it. We added it, bro. It's here. Cammy, if that's me, I'm gonna kill you. It might be you, dude, because he is a music icon. I think that's Cammy. Cammy. That was amazing, dude. I hope you guys are excited, bro. I may or may not have the Rona, but that will not stop us from streaming today. If we get worse, we might not stream tomorrow. But if we're A-okay, we will stream tomorrow. And we will finish LOTM next week, brothers and sisters. Oh, man. I cannot contain this. That was amazing, dude. Thank you guys so much. I won't get... Manifest it. Do not get sick before the LOTM finale. Like, we have come too far. I have gone so long not getting sick this year that we cannot get sick. Milosh was timed up by Cammy. Oh, no. I was disrespected by Milosh today slightly. I will never forget this moment. He's been wiped. He's been erased. There has been an error in the chat. Wow, Cammy was being ruthless today. The one man that did the own artwork. Easy, say it. Come on, manifest people. Easy Geeky will not be sick today. Woo, bad. I'm kind of scared. I may have the Rona, but it ain't gonna stop us. We're gonna read amazing. All right. They even prescribed me an inhaler. Actually, hold up. I was supposed to take one 26 minutes ago. I am so sorry. This I do need to take. It's been kind of hard breathing. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's I've had it like 3 or 4 times. I've caught it every year, and it's so dumb, and I always take care of myself, and I still catch it. And I know other people are always fucking going out partying and whatnot, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm chilling in my fucking room getting Rona. What's gonna be your message to your past self after reading? I don't know, man. But I'm excited. So weird using an inhaler again. I had to use I think I told you guys this year, man. It was weird. I'd breathe and like it felt like needles stabbing my chest earlier this year. But it wasn't for my girl. I would have stayed in bed. She fucking kicked my ass out of the room. Like, fucking go, man. Go to urgent care. And they gave me an inhaler, and fuck, man, that helped, man. Why did you feel sick? I don't know, man. It's scaring me. I don't know why the fuck I'm sick. It's so fucking random and spontaneous. Let's fucking read, dog. Let's read before we stall too long. We are here at Volume 8, and there shall be 0 stalling today, okay? Today, we start Volume 8, Lord of the Mysteries, i.e., presumably, The Fool. No, we ain't passing on. We will make it to the end, okay? All of us are going to be in our best shape ever, in our healthiest shape, because we got to make it to at least 2035 for the full movie, okay? Are you guys ready? Let's fucking go, dude. Oh, man. I fucked up. I did not read this. We'll do Volume 7 author notes before we read the finale. Shit, man. I forgot Volume 7 author notes. God. Ah! Are you full HP? I am not full HP MP. I'm not. But we're going to be reading... Chill. Dude, I need to stop for 30 seconds. I've been reading Mistborn. I started reading Mistborn today. I'm on chapter 5. Wow. Well, not like our chapter variants. They're a lot longer. They're like 30 pages long or whatever. I've healed though. Mistborn is really good. You know why I picked it up? The main bad guy, it's like if Sauron won in Lord of the Mysteries and Lord of the Rings, but then his name is called the Lord Ruler, Lord. And I saw one video breaking down why you should read it, and he's like, there's a lot of mystery. So I'm like, that's fucking funny, bro. That is a really good LOTM reference if he's read Lord of the Mysteries. But it's like, I'm fucking reading it and I really like it. There's like elemency, or it's like you digest different types of metals, and you have metal attributes, and then some people are born with it, and it's like there's like nobility. It's kind of interesting. I like it. Loki, I got kind of hooked, man. It was fun. Finally reading something to myself in my head, and I understood everything. It is crazy. It's night and day, dude. I was like, oh, I finally get a series again. I'm like, this is refreshing. And then before I went live today, I'm like, oh, I've read 12% of the book already. I'm like, wow, that is a really good change of pace. Like, I made a lot of progress in one day. All right, let's go, man. Let's change the music. No. Tricia is not killing Miss Justice. That ain't happening. Not on my fucking watch. Let's just get right into it. Unknown Cook. Regular Shears music? Okay. Why not this one? We can loop. We can loop conclusion? Yeah, we can loop conclusion. Let me raise the volume up for you guys. Oh my god, I was about to start reading without timestamps. Fuck, man, I'm not gonna lie. I swear I'm not trying to do engagement bait. I do feel like slightly slick. I feel slightly sick. Like, I was in bed all day yesterday, man. Well, besides the few videos I did in the morning, I was recording in the morning when I felt a little bit better, and then I just got progressively worse. Well, let's keep going, man. Chapter 1350. I feel so mad at myself for starting off on such low energy, but don't worry. The energy will build up, okay? It will build up. Chapter 1354 is called This Night. Late at night, the clanking sound of the door and windows opening woke Wendell up from his deep sleep. He wordily rolled off the bed and surveyed his surroundings. What happened? Utopia encountered a super heavy storm. It wasn't easy for the recently insomniac Wendell to fall asleep, but he had no choice but to get out of bed. His mind was still lethargic, and he looked rather lost. Lethargic. I think that's what it says, right? Starting stream with low energy just to stall later, huh? No. This is us getting the stalling already out the way. He soon realized that there was no wind blowing in from the open window, nor did the rain enter. It was like he had opened it while sleepwalking to take in fresh air. Wendell suddenly thought of the supernatural events that he had experienced and learned from the Doisier. He was reminded of the fear of the unknown that once ruled in his heart. He didn't know what else would happen next, nor could he guess what he could encounter. He felt a chill run down his back as he shivered again. At this moment, he heard the commotion outside the door. All sorts of voices entered his ears. There were the loud sounding of running, the sound of judgment, the declarations of orders to be changed, and unconcealed shouts. Lethargic. I think I got it. Lethargic. Something is wrong with the underground seal. Be on high alert. Underground seal. What kind of item is sealed beneath the Iris's hotel? Only one way to find out. Wendell was surprised and confused. He couldn't help but walk to the door and look around. Dude, I can't believe we're fucking sequence 1, brothers and sisters. He then saw an MI9 colleague who he barely knew, and Colonel Shio Derecho, who was on duty tonight. Say J, the alphabet. Cathartic? Did MI9 find Utopia because of me? I think I got it right. Did MI9 find Utopia because of me? They're here to handle the abnormality. Wendell instinctively frowned just as the thought flashed through his mind. He discovered that the corridor outside was completely different from the Iris's hotel. Not only were there gas lamps on both sides, but there were also classical candle stands. The floor was very bright and the ceiling was more than 3 meters high. This isn't the Iris's hotel. Wendell suddenly turned around and sized up the room he was in. He quickly recognized that this was his sleeping quarters at MI9 headquarters. His luggage was placed quietly in the corner without any signs of movements. Wendell clearly remembered that he had headed to Utopia through the washroom in his room. He wasn't too confident in the process, so he didn't bring his luggage and only held a subpoena from Utopia's courts. Tap, tap, tap. He quickly ran to the window and looked outside. What greeted his eyes was the garden and lawn at MI9 headquarters. I'm back in Backland again. Or perhaps I didn't return to Utopia at all. I was just too tired and ended up having a dream in my sleep. Wendell dazedly walked back to his bed and sat down. After about 10 seconds, he suddenly jumped up and picked up his coat from the ground. Then he saw the Utopian subpoena, the inner pocket in the coat where it should be inside a drawer. Wendell fell silent as though he had become a statue. Travel columnist Monica also woke up from the banging of the doors and windows. She sat up straight, pulled the blanket up, and placed it in front of her chest. The sleepy-eyed Monica's first reaction was that a robber had barged into the hotel. She was about to scream and call for the police, but in the next 10 to 20 seconds, Monica didn't hear any footsteps entering her room. However, there were more and more people gathering along the corridor. What happened? It doesn't seem like a hurricane. Was it a prank? Damn clown, if I knew who it was, I would definitely kick his ass hard. The voices of discussion were mixed with all kinds of curses. Monica didn't think too much of it when she heard it. Instead, she thought of using the crowd's discussion to consider the reason underlying the paranormal activities and write it in her traveling column. Sequence 0 reading comprehension double. I think that was a compliment, right? Was that a compliment? But as she listened, she gradually realized something was amiss. How could Iris's hotel have so many guests? She remembered clearly that on this floor there were at most 5 rooms with guests. This included her room. At that moment, Monica thought of the ghost stories she had heard. She immediately felt as if there were wraiths and shadows outside. She had originally stretched her hands towards the bedside, preparing to leave the room to participate in discussion and grasp more details for her writing material. But now, as she retracted her feet and curled it into the ball, trembling, a few seconds later, she heard a man say, "I asked the hotel owner, and he said that he had no idea what happened. Perhaps there was a short storm just now. Return to your room and get some rest. Remember to lock the windows. Jan, I have to get up early tomorrow to go to the Royal Museum." Royal Museum, Monica was stunned. As a travel columnist, a traveler who had been in Utopia for a long time, she naturally knew that there was no Royal Museum. In the Lowen Kingdom, a museum with such royal names would definitely be in Backland. To take a steam locomotive from Utopia to Backland requires many hours. Even if he woke up early, he couldn't be able to arrive before the Royal Museum closed. Monica was puzzled. She slowly lifted her blanket. She heard the sounds of the door and the windows closing continuously. She got off the bed carefully and walked towards the door. During this process, she gradually saw the room through the moonlight. Hiss! Monica almost screamed. But this wasn't a guest room she had slept in previously. Regardless of the layout or arrangement, they were completely different. The ghost stories that she had thought of earlier surged into her mind again, causing her legs to give away, and she almost couldn't support herself. Just as Monica's teeth were chattering, she saw a hotel name card on the table. It was prepared for guests. If she brought it out, she would be able to get someone to guide her back when she was lost. Even if she didn't know the language, Monica subconsciously approached it and used the moonlight to identify the words out on the name card. Carpensa Hotel, Backland, Westboro, 19th Morning Street. Yo, what's up? Backland, Westboro, Backland. Monica's eyes widened. She felt like space and time had gone topsy-turvy? I've never read that word in my life. Topsy-turvy. Backland Hillstonboro, in a house with a fireplace. Florence heard the door and windows open, but she didn't immediately wake up. This was because she had fallen into a strange nightmare and couldn't break free. She dreamed that her teacher, Dorian Gray Abraham, had been influenced by the family's sealed artifact, dying in front of her with blood dripping. She dreamed that she had lost control of the mother, turning into a series of starlight insects that warped into the shape of doors. She couldn't help but fly towards a door of flesh and blood. She dreamed that the apocalypse had dawned and that the surging blood-colored tide had drowned the entire world, preventing Shio, Gurman, Sparrow, and company from escaping. I feel like my voice is cracked. I apologize. Finally, forced to escape the dream and sat up, panting heavily. As a demigod, one who was once an astrologer, she knew what such a dream meant. She hurriedly suppressed her emotions and looked up ahead. The glass and the Oriole window in the bedroom all bore open at the same open in time. Something must have happened. Furthermore, it has a certain relationship with the apocalypse. The Abraham family of the apprentice pathway forced silently muttered to herself before standing up and wearing a cloak, preparing to teleport to her teacher to confirm his safety. Oh, GG, bro. Such a change made her feel a sense of urgency towards the advancements of Sequence 3 or even a Sequence 2. Oh, shit. No, we're not cooked. We're not cooked. I've sounded like this all day, so it's not going to get worse. Don't worry. After learning about the apocalypse from Mr. Fool and the world government Sparrow, Forrest had actually been working hard, but the secret sorcerer's potion wasn't something that she could have digested in a short period of time. Furthermore, without making any contribution, she couldn't bring herself to ask her teacher from the Wanderer's formula and ingredients. Of course, if she was willing, she could have obtained it from Mr. Door. However, how could she have been bewitched after receiving all kinds of reminders? Sure, buddy. Phasing away, yeah, it's true. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Give it an hour. Let's see how we're doing in an hour. Phasing away, Forrest vanished from the room. A few seconds later, she appeared at Dorian Gray Abraham's residence and saw her teacher sitting there, pressing down on his heart as though he had been frightened. Do you need any medicine? Forrest asked carefully. She had purchased medicine from Mr. Door to treat ailments of age. Dorian took a deep breath and shook his head. There's no need. Forrest immediately relaxed. Teacher, I dreamed that you were affected by the negative effects of the sealed artifact. The windows and doors around me had undergone unnecessary changes, so I came over to take a look. Dorian looked up at the window and opened and said with a serious expression, your dream wasn't wrong. I nearly died just now, but at the most critical moment, the seal came into effect. Having said that, he suddenly stood up and said to Forrest, quick, bring me something else. I'm worried that something might happen to the other family members. It's GG. Without any hesitation, Forrest immediately grabbed her teacher's arm and asked for the exact location. Their figures rapidly faded away and disappeared. After traveling through the spirit world that was covered in gray fog for several seconds, Forrest and Dorian suddenly left their present environment and landed in a place that looked like a study. There were quite a few people standing there. There were members of the Abraham family who wielded different sealed artifacts and could travel. Vilos, why are all of you here? Dorian blurted out. Vilos and the others shook their heads at the same time, both confused and terrified, and the next second, countless dazzling stars appeared out of the void. The starlight quickly gathered together, turning into objects that fell to the ground one after another. There was a miniature door of starlight, a crystal ball formed from insects. There was a translucent, strange-looking key, a resplendent torch that burned slightly. For some reason, names after names appeared in Dorian and company's minds. Who are these? What is this? Sequence 3, Wanderer beyond a characteristic. Sequence 4, Sorcerer beyond a characteristic. Sequence 1, Key of Stars beyond a characteristic. Sequence 2, Planeswalker beyond a characteristic. What's up with the characteristics? Furthermore, there wasn't just one of each beyond a characteristic. There were even 2 Sequence 1, Keys of Stars beyond our characteristics. In addition, there were 3 Planeswalker. I'm sorry, are all of these Abraham family members dead? There were 3 Planeswalker beyond characteristics and even more of the rest. The key members of the Abraham family and Force slowly turned agape, unable to close them for a long time. By the time all the beyond characteristics dropped to the ground, nothing abnormal happened again. There was silence. All right. Yeah, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Never mind, more like he was in the middle of volume 5 or close to the end. Oh, it's been a while then, Lee. I remember the last live stream for Lord of the Mysteries joined was Easy Waste volume 5, I think. Oh, it's been a cool minute. Oh, shit. Oh, Bethel had them. Got it. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? 15? All right, don't worry, man. I promise all next stream will be better. And since we're probably not going to finish it this weekend, next weekend, because I do want to record some of our old reacts, we'll have time to recover. So we'll be in tiptoe shape for next weekend finale. I'm sorry. Can I only have how many pictures? Oh, they're cycling. So far, we have 37 official fan arts from you beautiful people, man. Holy shit, man. Thank you, guys. I don't know why they're here. I don't know if it's because Bethel dropped them or it's like deceased Abraham members. I don't know what it is. They had to, oh, they probably came from Bethel after Amon came in. Is that I think that's what it is, Cammy. I think they came, it's like it's what Bethel left behind after Amon like disrupted his ritual. These are probably like the remnants. There's no Abraham members above sequence 4. And all the characteristics were 4, 3, 2, and 2 1s. Was Bethel hoarding everything? That doesn't make sense. Well, here, let me read a little bit more. I cannot think right now. Hold up. I'm trying to have a brain blast, but I'm not. I'm just melting. Chapter 1355 is called Wrapping Up the Matter. Happy to be back. Yo, I'm happy 1 year. The nearly frozen silence lasted for nearly 10 seconds before the Abraham family members uniformly cast their gaze at Forrest. After sensing the mixed emotions of wariness, guardedness, and fear, Forrest took the initiative to take a few steps to the side and warned, be careful of the negative effects. Even if the Beyonder characteristics had infused with the surroundings and formed sealed artifacts, they contained certain negative effects. Can I explain? You guys can explain. He was ascending to godhood, so he had 3 wands and uniquenesses. And that was everything left behind from him? Is that what it was, Adam? Even if the Beyonder characteristics had infused with the surroundings and formed sealed artifacts, they contained certain negative effects. However, most of the time, it would only have the effect from direct contact. Of course, the Beyonder characteristics here were all high sequence Beyonder characteristics. No one could be certain if it would actively expand their influence. Amon gave them back to the Abraham family in exchange for taking his body. They're all Bethel. Oh, so they were all Bethel characteristics. Oh, so Amon like gave it back? Oh shit! I thought that was just something like that was remnant. Amon only took the uniqueness and one. Yeah, because he only needed one door characteristic and the uniqueness. He only needed 1 and 1. Okay, well, good for him for leaving the rest back. What a nice guy, right? Seeing that Forge didn't show any obvious grade, Dorian nodded and said, when you finish digesting the secret sorcerer potions, you can consider advancing to sequence 3 Wanderer. I'll give you the potion formula and prepare the corresponding ingredients for you. Of course, at this level, the higher the sequence, the greater the danger you face. This is an objective situation. It doesn't change because of your personal will and arrangements. When the time comes, you can decide whether you wish to advance or not. And it's like, here's the thing, man. I don't think I necessarily view Amon and Adam as the bad guys. Like, I genuinely believe that they're taking on this role as like the lesser evil because of the impending doom from the cosmos. Like, I genuinely believe all these people are trying to advance as quickly as they can because of the impending doom that I assume is going to happen in COI. I think that's what's going to happen. He said these words because he cared for his student. On the other hand, he wanted to assure her that whatever the Abraham family possessed was equivalent to her possessing it. No one would treat her as an outsider and deliberately make things difficult for her on the matter of raising her sequence. This could effectively eliminate her brought by greed, and after obtaining so many high sequence beyond her characteristics, Vilos and the other members of the Abraham family weren't unwilling to part with the Wanderer beyond her characteristic. They even believed that using it for exchange for peace was absolutely worth it. After all, there's only one demigod here, Force. The bad guys are GOOs. We're just sorting out who gets to fight them right now. It's like a battle royale. It's kind of like a battle royale at this point. Like, who will get the position? I didn't read what Hope read, just in case. If it was a spoiler, it's okay, Hope. I didn't read it. Just in case. Without the time to bring out the Grade 0 sealed artifacts, and because of the ineffectiveness of the seals, the Abraham family members didn't dare to take out most of the Grade 1 sealed artifacts. Under such a situation, Forge had the ability to finish all of them off. Damn! Faced with her teacher's promises, Force tearfully acknowledged, was the door to the concealed space open. She thought that the high sequence beyond her characteristics in front of her were all from the Abraham family's treasure vault and had been thrown into the real world due to the recent abnormality. However, she did feel that there were too many of them. It wasn't that. No, Dorian slowly shook his head, looked confused. The other Abraham family members remained silent, equally confused. No one would believe that the treasure would fall from the skies unless it happened before their eyes. Should we pray to Mr. Fool? Force tried to give a suggestion. Dorian, who had a vague guess, immediately looked out at the other Abrahams. He saw that the one who changed faiths to Mr. Fool nodded in agreement. Those who hadn't changed faiths were clearly hesitant and eager to object. After some consideration, Dorian composed himself and said, gather the ones with negative area of effect traits while using the correct method. Prevent them from combining with the surroundings. I'll pray to Mr. Fool at the side. Alright, the few members of the Abraham family hesitated for 2 seconds before agreeing. Following that, they seized the opportunity to identify the characteristics and attempt to gather them. After some of the members had obtained a certain amount, Dorian finally retreated to Force's side and bowed his head to pray to Mr. Fool. Soon, a grayish-white fog at the ancient palace, deepened fog appeared in front of him. A high and solemn voice resounded in his ears. These are the relics of Mr. Dor. Your bloodline curse has been completely removed. Relics of Mr. Dor. Relics. Dorian ruminated over the words and opened his eyes, casting his gaze at the high sequence of beyond her characteristics. He looked on slightly, his vision gradually blurred. East Chester County, the Hall family manor. Alfred and the others who had just figured out the source of the exploration and the enemy attack shout, saw the doors and windows opening at the same time, then crashed into the walls. During this process, several pieces of glass shattered. There is indeed something abnormal. Alfred raised his hand with a solemn expression. He said to his adjutant, squire, personal guards, and bodyguards, retreat back to the main house to prevent any actions that might happen next. At the same time, sent a telegram to the Archbishop of Eastchester Diocese and request for assistance. He felt that the most important thing right now was to not investigate the anomaly, but to protect his father, mother, and sister. He had plenty of time to do the former after daybreak, but if anything happened to the latter, it would be impossible to make up for that. She is the goat, dude. After returning to the manor's main house and arranging for the strict patrols, Alfred walked into the living room and said to the Earl Hall, there was indeed something abnormal, but the guard couldn't describe what he saw. He only felt extreme fear at that moment. Earl Hall nodded calmly and said, we'll do further investigations after daybreak. Sit down and get some rest. Besides him, Audrey was holding her mother's arm as she quietly listened to her father and two brothers talking. Of course, this was only an image. She had been continuously releasing virtual personas in an attempt to find the reason for the sudden opening of doors and windows for the memories of eyewitnesses. After a few seconds, she ended up the investigation somewhat disappointed for the time being. She temporarily attributed it to the influence left behind by the Mind Dragon, Ari Hogg, and Mr. Raff. At that moment, she realized that the Golden Retriever Susie had a strange look in her eyes. She quickly sent out a virtual persona and entered the Mind Island of the other party soul to have a private conversation. What do you discover? Audrey asked directly. On Susie's Mind Dragon, a voice resounded. I smell a thick scent of blood at the edge of the manor. It happened sometime before the doors and windows opened. Oh, she smelled Mr. Door? Is that what the fuck that was? Yes, it happened about 10 seconds after the explosion. After hearing that, Audrey pursed her lips and felt silent for a few seconds. Go take a look. She immediately stood up and tiptoed out of the living room. She left the manor's main house for a side door on the first floor. During this process, there would be people looking at her from time to time, but they... Oh, I lost my fucking place, man. Come on. Volume A finale, lost my place. During this process, there would be... I found my place. There would be people looking at her from time to time, but they didn't mind her and didn't attempt to stop her. After all, she was just a dog who had mastered psychological invisibility. After walking the fact that Susie is this strong. After walking the path to the furthest building from the manor's main house, Susie twitched her nose and chose an open window before jumping in. Then she saw a bloody corpse on the bed. Its skin had shed, and what she saw was equivalent to Audrey seeing it through the virtual persona she had planted in her mind island. What? In the living room inside of the main house of the manor, Audrey, who was holding her mother's arm, lowered her head. Then she lifted her head and eyes swept slowly and deeply across her family face. Earl Hall, Lady Catlea, Hybrid, and Alfred. She maintained her silence, becoming increasingly silent. Bayum inside of the Cathedral of Waves. Audrey, who was wearing a robe embroidered with a storm of symbols, walked out from the underground area one step at a time. He nodded the mandated punchers and priests who were waiting by the sides. The seals were restored to normal. The seals were restored to normal in time. You can return the items under your watch. Yes, your eminence. The mandated punchers, priests, and bishops heaved a sigh of relief as they struck their left chest with their right fists. Aller didn't say anything else as he responded with the same salute. After returning to his room, he slowly looked around. He took a deep breath and found a seat to sit down. The fool that doesn't belong to this era. Olger silently prayed to Mr. Door, expressing his thoughts, preparing to leave the Church of Storms. The explanation that the seals restored to normal in time could only convince relatively low-level members of the church. It was impossible to hide from any cardinals or high-ranking decans, much less the pontiff of the Lords of Storms. And if he didn't get Mr. Fool's approval and protection, Olger didn't dare leave the Church of Storms so casually. He would definitely suffer the wrath of a god. A few seconds later, he saw the familiar boundless gray fog and heard Mr. Fool's reply. Save old Kohler or Trissy? Guys would easily... What kind of silly question is that, brother? Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, let's keep chill. We must keep that. Resist the temptation, my friends. But I would choose Tristan and make her a Terror Club member. I think she has a lot of potential. Oh my gosh. She had so much potential to be like one of the best characters in LOTM. I mean, she already is, but she could have like been even more, bro, if she came back. I have some crazy ass stupid copium she comes back in COI, man. Why? I don't know. Okay, go to the Church of the Sea God. Few, Olga relaxed, stood up, and took off his storm robe. After changing into a linen shirt, brown jacket, and pantaloons, Olga looked at the cardinal robe on the table and fell silent for a while. Then he reached out and folded the robe neatly. After carefully examining it for a few seconds, Olga retracted his gaze and flew out of the cathedral through the open board window by controlling a strong wind. He first flew to the bell tower and landed on the top. He looked down at the surrounding streets, down at the Bayum. During this process, Oliver stepped to the edge of the roof and slowly circled it. Finally, he closed his eyes. A hurricane suddenly stirred as it swept Oliver towards the church of the sea god. In the ancient palace above the fog, Klein silently sat on a high-backed chair belonging to the fool. His figure would occasionally turn incorporeal as though he was wearing a mysterious and classical black robe. During such an instances, he wore a hood that made his facial indescribable, and other times he would return to normal. Wait, music? Oh shit. Above the gray fog? Alright, music change. Let me know. Let me know what to play. Oh, let me do this. Let me add it to the music playlist. Refresh the music playlist. That way I don't have so many tabs open. Okay. Let me close this. Loop it. Can you guys hear it? Let me raise the volume up a bit. Let me put both earbuds on. Not me. Not me. I have ascended. I am on a different plane of mental fortitude. Oh, shut the fuck up. Alright, I think there's a good spot right here. I'll keep it right here for now. Okay. In an ancient palace above the fog, Klein silently sat on a high-backed chair belonging to the fool. His figure is raising the volume. His figure would occasionally turn incorporeal as though he was wearing a mysterious and classical black robe. During an instance, he wore a hood that made his face indescribable. Oh, this is my hood. At other times, he would return to normal. However, he was enveloped in a faint gray fog. We're in the final volume, dude. The frequency of this change gradually slowed down. After every time Klein transformed into the black-robed hooded figure, slippery tentacles with strange patterns growing would extend out. Oh, I got cold. Would extend out from under his clothes. These nearly transparent tentacles flailed about, striking everywhere as if taking the palace from its sides for itself. After a while, Klein's figure finally stabilized. Out of habit, he raised his right hand and rubbed his temples as he muttered to himself, "The awakening of the celestial worthy will is faster and more intense than I expected." Music tad loud? I got you. And more intense than I expected. If I hadn't devoured Zarathul's beyond her characteristic and used the remnant mental imprint to balance it and stalled for time. Look, even Klein stalls. You guys can't blame me. I'm just acting as Klein. I wouldn't have been able to adjust my state and stop him from awakening. However, this made Klein's mental state rather unstoppable, and he didn't lose control because his miracle invoker potion had already been completely digested. Okay, so it did completely digest. And the new attendant of the mysteries beyond a characteristic he consumed was mostly digested shortly. What the fuck? Mostly digested? Brother, what? And the new attendant of mysteries beyond her characteristic he consumed was mostly digested shortly after consumption. What? Therefore, Klein had already acted the role of attendant of mysteries. What the whoa, what? Therefore, Klein had already acted the role of attendant of mysteries for a very long time, and it had been quite successful. As for the second attendant of mysteries beyond her characteristics, he still needed some time to digest it. When did he consume a second attendant of mysteries beyond her characteristic? Oh, that is so stupidly broken. What? The world is the attendant of the fool, thus allowed him to digest his potion quicker? He's already been acting as the attendant since volume 1. No fucking way. Really? Is that what it is? When he took Zarathul's characteristic, he had an extra sequence to... Oh, thank you. He had an extra sequence 2 mixed in with the sequence 1. By the way, I did all the lore up to this chapter, so we're officially caught. God damn, D. Holy shit, man. Bless you, dude. That was quick. He killed Zarathul and got his characteristics, so he is now technically a KOA. What's KOA? since Volume 2. Well, technically, Volume 2 was when he summoned the world. Shit, what are my acronyms? Oh, Kings of Angels. I gotta get used to these. I gotta get used to these acronyms because they don't refer to Kings of Angels as KOAs in this series. So I'm like, what the fuck is a KOA? Even though it's pretty obvious. I'm like, what the fuck is a KOA? However, this makes Klein's mental state rather unstable, and he didn't lose control because his Miracle Invoker potion had already been completely digested, and the new Attender of the Mysteries beyond characteristics he consumed was mostly digested shortly after consumption. The identity of the world... Oh, it says it right here. This was the next part. This is where it says it. The identity of the world was a blessed of the owner of Sephira Castle, making it directly equivalent to the Attendant of the Mysteries, and he's been acting as that since Volume 2, yeah. Therefore, Klein had already acted the role of Attendant of the Mysteries for a very fucking long time. Holy shit. And it had been quite successful. As for the second Attendant of the Mysteries, beyond a characteristic, he still needed some time to digest it. What a fucking goat, man. What a actual coincidence that he's been doing that since Volume 2. No shot, bro, that wasn't somehow like planned and in some way, shape, or form, dude. New chapter 30. Oh man, how many do I gotta read more? I gotta read. How many? Fuck, I still gotta read a lot. Shit, my body has so much fatigue right now. It's not even funny, bro. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're chilling. We're chilling. We are A-okay. We are not splitting up today's stream. We're getting until fucking 62, bro. Ugh. The goat Klein. Ugh. I think I need a... Is it a coincidence? I don't think it's a coincidence. I'm a lay back for this chapter. I need a lay back. So I can be in a relaxed pose. Update this. Yeah, I refuse to split today's stream. I'm not splitting today's stream. All right. Chapter 1356 is called Urgency. After stabilizing his anchors, the will of the celestial worthy, and the weak balance of his consciousness, Klein leaned back in his chair and observed the various powers brought about by the Attendant of Mysteries beyond her characteristic. Among them, there were three most important ones. There were all grasped by Klein using Sephira Castle and the curtain ahead of time. What is this on the floor? Oh shit. The mushroom top fell. I didn't even realize it. Among them were the three most important ones. They were all grasped by Klein using Sephira Castle and the curtain ahead of time, but he just didn't know the exact names. The first was he has an ability called Regenerate. The first was Regenerate. If the materials that made up an item once had a spare body, then the Attendant of the Mysteries could use the powers of Regenerate to summon the corresponding spirit body threads, making the item become his marionette. The item become his marionette? Then he could establish a deep connection with the item and also naturally transform it into a marionette. To put simply, an Attendant of Mysteries could allow something that didn't have spirit body threads to produce spirit body threads, but he could allow some items to regenerate their spirit body threads and had long disappeared. The former represented metallic items, gold coins, gold pounds, and so on. The latter mainly consisted of beef, fish, and other foods. That's the food and Foggy Town. Once humans ate the food. Wait. The latter mainly consisted of beef, fish, and other foods. Oh, I thought you were talking about the mic. Are you talking about what you're talking about here? Once humans ate food that were marionettes, they would also transform into marionettes as though they had encountered intense corruption. That sounds scary. The second was reassembly, which was also known as tampering. It could reassemble many physical objects or abstract composites into something different, resulting in an unbelievable effect. It was like changing the definition, logic, orientation, or rules. The third was a realm of mysteries. This was an ability used to create an embryonic form of a The third was a realm of mysteries. This was the ability to use to create an embryonic form of a divine kingdom. It could bring about a certain concealment effect. Reassembly represents the authority of change, while the realm of mysteries represents concealment. The two essential elements of the Fool's symbols are in place. However, reassembly and tampering doesn't sound nice, and the meaning isn't clear enough. Grafting is still better. It's obvious at a glance. Klein mumbled inwardly before casting his gaze around. It's literally, long story short, thank you, it is a domain expansion. Now he had deepened his control of Sephara Castle, he could directly borrow the powers nearing sequence 0 of the Seer beyond a power. He could also, let me put this back here. He could also use most Beyonder powers below sequence 0 and the Marauder and Apprentice pathways. It was quite similar to Dark Angel Sasir from back then. Of course, Dark Angel Sasir could only use the first Blasphemy Slate to indirectly use the powers of Chaos C. As for Klein, he was the owner of Sephara Castle that hadn't fully gained control of the Sephara. Therefore, his level was higher than Dark Angel Sasir's. His level was higher than Dark Angel Sasir's, okay? As for strength in theory, he was stronger, but his strength was affected by too many factors. Having only become a Beyonder after a few years, Klein couldn't guarantee that he would definitely be able to defeat Heaven's deputy and left-handed god. Just crazy, just fucking saying that. In short, he was now considered a Kings of Angel. Oh no, not a Kings of Angels, a King of the Kings of Angels. In short, he was now considered a King of the Kings of Angels, and he was very close to the level of a true god. After gaining a deeper grasp of Sephara Castle, the difference between me and here and in an outside world is almost gone. It wouldn't result in me being a Kings of Angels outside by having the power of a true god in Sephara Castle. The greatest advantage here is provides me a defense barrier that even a true god can't break. Yes, whether the outer deities can do it remains to be seen. Probably not. Klein slowly exhaled as he focused his attention on the current situation. There were two things he was most worried about at present. The first was the primordial moon, which was also the mother goddess of depravity. Although she failed to fully descend into the world with Mr. Door's return, yeah, it kind of failed, a little portion of her strength had invaded. Furthermore, she maintained it for a few seconds under the attacks of the 5 orthodox deities of Evernight, Steam, and company. Whether this would affect the surroundings, the corresponding pathways, and exert certain effects on some matters remain to be seen. I guess you would say it remains a mystery. Second, that was a bad joke, bro. Second, Angel of Time Amon had already stolen Mr. Door's ritual and became Sequence 0 of the Marauder pathway. He would be Klein's most direct and most powerful enemy. I wonder if Amon had taken the opportunity to accommodate... Let me kind of do this. I wonder if Amon had taken the opportunity to accommodate Mr. Door's uniqueness, Sequence 1 Keys of Stars. If he had completed this step, he would be the most powerful true god in the real world. Huh. I wonder how he compares to the Evernight goddess. No one knows how much of the depth of God of Combat uniqueness of the goddess had accommodated. Graft your sickness to a paper figure. No, you guys gotta get this sickness shit away from me. You guys gotta steal it. I need somebody to error my sickness and make it go away. Oh, my voice. Oh, that's not good. Why? Hey, wait, give me a sec. This is so bad, bro. What the fuck, man? Why? Why? Is this just some fucked up coincidence, bro? Oh yeah, careful with spoilers. I think we're just getting a little excited. It's okay, we're getting a little excited. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Typically speaking, Amon shouldn't have the time to accommodate the apprentice pathway uniqueness. Although Mr. Door's return is equivalent to the ritual itself, the most important matter at the moment was to replace Mr. Door, allowing the 3 Sequence 1 be under characteristics and the uniquenesses of the Marauder pathway to gather together, resulting in a qualitative change. There was, oh sorry, my socks are on screen. There's no time to accommodate the uniqueness of the apprentice pathway. Also, this operation has a high chance of awakening the celestial worthy. Oh really? Amon wouldn't take such a risk. In other words, Amon's subsequent focus is to accommodate the uniqueness of the apprentice pathway and become a god of 2 fucking pathways. Otherwise, under the watch of the other 2 deities, it will be difficult for him to finish off a Kings of Angels like me. Furthermore, even if he does take the risk of succeeds, him having accommodated the apprentice pathway's uniqueness means that he has to slowly adapt and stabilize his condition, making it impossible to deal with me in a short period of time. Okay, because he has to see that part first. I have to make use of the time to become the Fool. Oh my god. I have to make use of the time to become the Fool. Only by doing so can I use Sephira Castle and my own level to resist them on. Music change at the very start of 1357. Bet. 1357 will link it. Almost there. We're past the halfway. I don't have much time left. Klein silently gave his self-deprecating comment. He leaned forward and gently tapped the edge of the long model table. He was analyzing the possibility of him becoming the Fool in a short period of time. The digestion of the Attendant of the Mysteries potion was relatively simple. By the time Klein used his anchoring consciousness to suppress the awakening of celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings, and not lose control or become someone else, he could use the Fair Castle to create an avatar like Amon. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Why? I dropped my drink and it ruined my screen thing. So bad. Fuck. Give me a sec. Full in a short period of time. No, I lost my place. My thing hit the keyboard and I changed several pages. Okay. Just as a mission. Oh, I found my place. We're good. Nothing is going well. I know. No, we're good. Nothing's gonna stop us today. The digestion of the Tender of Mysteries potion was relatively simple. By the time Klein used his anchor in consciousness to suppress the awakening of the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings, and not lose control or become someone else, he could use Sephira Castle to create an avatar like Amon. Then he can use the power of Sephira Castle and steal the undigested of the Tender of the Mysteries beyond the characteristics he got from Zaratul. At this point, Klein would immediately turn the avatar into a marionette to prevent an unexpected development. This way, Klein would drop the level of an attendant of the mysteries who had fully digested the potion, and he would have an attendant of the mystery marionette. This was one of the main ingredients of the potion, and the attendant of the mysteries who had digested the potion was qualified to consume the fullest potion and become a sequence 0 true god. God damn, that is so fucking badass. I can't believe Klein's gone this far. These series of operations weren't too complicated, but it was prone to mistakes. Furthermore, an ordinary dual sequence 1 Kings of Angel from the Seer pathway couldn't do it unless they had sequence 2 Trojan Horse of Destiny, friend of the Marauder pathway, who was willing to sacrifice himself to provide help. Of course, a sequence 1 Worm of Time friend couldn't do it. Therefore, to Klein, the most troublesome thing was the other two matters. First, how to deal with the half-fool of the Antigonus family, and secondly, how to complete the ritual of the fooling time, history, or fate. With the current level and strength, it is impossible to deal with the Antigonus family ancestor. Of course, the prerequisite is that I should first familiarize myself with the corresponding Beyonder powers and change in Sephira Castle. Sigh. I don't have any idea on how to approach the Fool's ritual at all. Klein grasped his hand and pinched his forehead, casting his gaze at the grayish-white fog beneath Sephira Castle. Among time, history, and fate, he was undoubtedly more familiar with history. Now he could use Sephira Castle to directly influence the fog of history, allowing the corresponding powers of the Seer pathway to become stronger or weaker. This was the embodiment of authority, fooling history. Klein tapped the edge of the long model table again as various thoughts flashed through his mind, but he repeatedly wrote them off. In his opinion, all the possible solutions didn't satisfy the requirements of the full history. This was because the history objectively recorded what was happening. Whatever happened was definitely reasonable, and the solutions that could satisfy the requirements, such as returning to the past, consuming the potion, and becoming the fool that came from history, wasn't able to achieve it. At the very least, Klein had never seen the ability to reverse time. Fucking yet, bro. No shot we're reversing time somehow. We use the quill, and thus we rewind time. That's how we do it, right? Can the quill even do that? As his gaze moved deep into the fog of history, Klein suddenly... Yo, what's up, dude? As his gaze moved deep into the fog of history, Klein suddenly had a feasible idea. The present reality of history was this. The Tarot Club members believed that there were following the fool that didn't belong to this era, an awakened ancient god or an existence that surpassed an ancient god. In fact, Mr. Fool was originally just an ordinary person hanging above the great fog. He used all sorts of resources to package himself and improve himself. Klein's thoughts were inspired by Amon. He could use Sephira Castle to create an avatar and let that avatar use Sephira Castle to steal the fate, consciousness, anchors, and Zarathul's sequence 1, attendant of the mysteries beyond her characteristics. Therefore, the main bodies beyond her characteristics was formerly purely from one inside the curtain. Oh, I don't get this part. Therefore, the main bodies beyond her characteristics was formed purely from the one inside the curtain, in which the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessing was slowly awakening in. This way, the understanding of the Terror Club members was correct. Mr. Full was a great existence that was awakening. This went against the true history, but it was in fact grounded in reality. It could fulfill the requirements of the ritual. This part is kind of hard. I'm reading it. I'm not reading on autopilot. I'm reading it, but I'm not understanding it. Dude, like, you guys can't blame me. This is really hard to understand. I know some people say, "Oh, I get it the first try," but it is no way. It's not that hard. It's not that easy either. You guys gotta meet me in the middle here. It doesn't help that I may have Rona. Okay, he's been fooling around and about to find out. Long story short, he's fooling around and he's about to find out exactly. Oh, I hit my funny bone. Okay. Let me highlight this before I read your message. You know what? I need to turn off the light. I feel like this is giving me a headache. Give me a sec. The light's going to be kind of low right now. Oh, wow. This is helping me a lot more, having the light slowly dimmed. So basically, he's thinking of making a full clone, which would mean that the Fool is actually different from Klein, while in truth it isn't. I'm trying to lock in. It doesn't help. I'm getting sick. Okay. And I'm not using me being sick as an excuse. Okay. So he is planning to make a full clone, thus establishing that Fool and Klein are two different people. Which would mean the Fool is actually different from Klein, while in truth it isn't. Okay. Stop making it to that. No, we're gonna make it. Of course, the premise. Imagine we drop the series like fucking one stream before. Like, guys, I have decided to drop it. Imagine. Oh man, people would be taking out the pitchforks, man. Of course, the premise was the act of stealing an avatar needed to happen in Sephira Castle or other concealment areas. Otherwise, it would also be recorded in history, preventing N from achieving the effects of fooling. As for how he was to deal with the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings, he awakened, and how the avatar was to kill his true... How would that work? As for how he was to deal with the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings, when he awakened, and how his avatar was to kill his true form and make him a potion, Klein was temporarily out of solutions. The result of this attempt is equivalent to suicide. Before being killed by Celestial Worthy, my avatar's attendant of the mystery beyond her characteristics would have been digested by Den. After all, I successfully revived the Lord of the Mysteries. Klein shook his head and threw the incomplete plan back on his mind. Under the circumstances where he couldn't think of a solution, he decided to seek advice from the existences that might know what to do. He had two targets. One was Snake of... No shot. Will would know. One was Snake of Fate, Will Ossipton, and the other was the Evernight Goddess. The former might have some thoughts about the fooling fate, while the latter would probably know what kind of ritual ancestor of the Antigonus family used to accommodate the fool uniqueness. After stabilizing his mental state, Klein left Sephira Castle and directly teleported to Backland. Okay. Let me just do my timestamp. I got you. I see your message, D. I got you. Let me read that right now. Oh yeah, and I know we have to do music change. Thank you, Cammy. I got you. I got you, guys. I got you. Shit, man. What the fuck do we need to read today? Oh, we gotta read 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. We can do 6 chapters. I can. If I'm reading nice, chill, slow, I should be able to do 6 chapters. Lock in. Okay. Before I lock in, let me eat some junk food. I'm gonna get ready. I'm ready. Whew. Oh, hiccups. All right, let's do music change. Ooh. We're not cooked. We're not cooked. I'm recovering right. No, we're not going to be cooked. No, chill. The only thing that we're going to be cooking is some fucking bomb-ass food. A beautiful song. This music is a little too hype. What's going on? Music is a little too hype. What is going on? Let me lower the volume on my end. I'm going to keep it at 40. Test, check. 1, 2, 3. Does my voice annoy me because it's too loud at this volume? No. Okay, we're good. Then I'll raise volume all the way up. How does this sound for you guys? Does this sound good? Music, I hope music sounds good right here. Let me know if music sounds good so I can just take off one earbud. I'll just take one off, but I should be able to. If it's too loud or low, let me know. Let's update this. We need to lock in 6 chapters. We can make it. Because no shot am I gonna stop. A little loud, I think. A little loud. Okay. I think I got this. Let me see. Okay. That's good right there. I think I got this. Let me see. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. YouTube is against me. YouTube is against my own mods. What is going on? Chapter 1357 is called Meeting. I'm kind of scared that we're reading Meeting and we're over here like talking about all this shit. I don't know, man. Woo! What's up? Okay, I think some shit's about to go down. Chapter is called Meeting. Chapter 1357 is called Meeting. Deep in the first... Oh, we're here. Oh, shit. We were with Adam. Adam was walking up to the true creator. Oh, fuck you. This is good. I get this part already. Deep in the forsaken land... I gotta take this off. Now I'm getting sweaty. Deep in the forsaken lands of the gods, on the peak of a mountain, stood a gigantic cross that bordered the realm of reality and illusion. This is the cross right here. There was a blurry figure hanging there. Ancient wooden stakes dyed with fresh blood that didn't drip down, passing through his body, nailing him to the cross. At the bottom of the cross was the angel of fate, Ouroboros, who was wearing a simple linen robe and had silver hair that reached his waist. He sat there cross-legged with a gentle, pious expression, and he closed his eyes and prayed. Adam, whose face was half covered with a pale blonde beard, walked over and stopped in front of the huge cross. He raised his head and suddenly looked at the hanging figure. Oh, shit. Dude, we already got it. So far, we're good. First paragraph, easy. He held a rose in one... Oh, fuck. He held a rose in one hand and held the second blasphemy slate in the other. His eye... No, fuck you. What's gonna happen? His eyes were limp and his expression was calm. After an unknown period of time, the image of the hangman on the huge cross suddenly faded away. I understand it, but I don't know why. Connecting to the sky and the land below with a shadow curtain. Behind the curtain, a curtain. Curtain. There was a curtain. With a shadow curtain behind the curtain, there seemed to be a pair of cold eyes watching over the world. And the next second, a rift appeared in the shadow. Are we recording? Yes. And the next second, a rift appeared in the shadow of curtain. It was dark inside, a faintly reverberating with an illusionary tidal wave. Adam raised his left hand and let the ancient and mysterious magic mirror emit a faint glow. So there's the glow. A faint glow. In the light, a sticky but illusionary black liquid surged out. Oh, this was in the depiction, right? Where like, oh, is it like the abyss oozing out of the cross? Whoa, but no, it's something else. In the light, this is the thing that was corrupting them. In the light, a sticky but illusionary black... Oh, no, this is where Rhodes came from. This is what he was born from. In the light, a sticky but illusionary black liquid surged out, a boundless sea, chaos sea, that seemed to contain all colors appeared. It looked like it was at arm's length but couldn't affect reality. Following that, Adam placed a second blasphemy slate into the illusionary scene. The illusionary sea scene... That's a tongue twister. The illusionary sea scene in the distance embedded gently as it circled the second blasphemy slate, forming a certain connection with it. I think I'm cooking. You see, I'm not cooked. I'm cooking. The second blasphemy slate was a manifestation of the corpse of the ancient sun god Shek, that's been established, one which was extremely close to being a great old one, and almost equivalent to the owner of the Chaos Sea, Shek. And is Adam recreating all that? Upon seeing the scene, Adam's left hand moves slightly, allowing a road to fly up and fall towards the Angel of Fate, Ouroboros, under the huge cross. The second blasphemy slate he held underwent some subtle changes, and through the rift of the curtain, he walked inside. So he's walking into the curtain. The shadow curtain closed quickly and faded away, leaving behind a huge empty cross. No one said a word throughout the entire process. Everything was carried out silently. Angel of Fate, Ouroboros, didn't even attempt to open his eyes. At the same time, Amon became a god and used the first blast. I thought he was using the second blasphemy slate. Wait, does he have both Does he have two? Does he have both blasphemy slate 1 and 2? At the same time, Amon became a god and used the first blasphemy slate to block the tunnel that the mother goddess of depravity was trying to enter through. The Lords of Storms finally Smot appeared. Adam's fight against the true creator for domination has started. Amon has the first one. Oh, didn't Amon stole it? Oh, you're right. Amon stole the first blasphemy slate during the whole ruckus. Yeah, okay, yeah. The second, yeah, you're right. Ever since Twilight Hermit Murder, they've already had the second one in possession. I remember Roselle took a glance at it, and then he made a deal with his bro Amon to steal the first blasphemy slate during Dark Angel Sasir scene. Got it. Okay, see, I'm following. I told you I was gonna like awaken and reach enlightenment towards Volume 8. I fucking promised you guys. I told you. I'm getting it. After a while, shit, did I skip something? At the same time, Amon became a god and used the first blasphemy slate to block the tunnel that the mother goddess of depravity was trying to enter through. The Lords of Storms finally Smote appeared the corpse cathedral that Adam had a vision out of nothing, and one of Adam's identities. The second one came from his body. Yeah, the second one came from ASG's body during the awakening of Chaos C in Chernobyl. Back in Chernobyl, it was from his remains. Yes, that was during the Volume 6 reveal. I am getting it. When he died, it was from his remains. I'm fucking locked in today. Oh, when he died, not in Chernobyl. Not in Chernobyl. Yeah. He came from Chernobyl, but he didn't die in Chernobyl. Check. So close. That was a close call. Sorry. After a while, Tail Devourer Ouroboros opened his eyes and cast his gaze at a rose, which had landed on his lap. On the surface of the mirror, silver words appeared in the swirling, illusory water. You should know the feeling of piously believing and following a great existence, right? Ouroboros nodded indifferently. So you can send me back to my lord. On the surface of the mirror, silver words squirmed and formed new sentence. Once you answer, you can ask me 2 questions. Ouroboros silently looked at the ancient mirror in silence for a long time. Finally, a rose couldn't help but produce a new question. Why aren't you answering? Ouroboros looked at himself in the mirror and replied calmly, I haven't thought through it yet. 3 questions. On the surface of the magic mirror, 3 questions. On the surface of the magic mirror, the silver light slowly outlined 2 words. And backland on a lawn that belonged to a bungalow, Will Osterton, who was already over 2 years old, was happily chasing a fat golden cat with glistening fur. Beside him was a nanny animaid. Ever since, wow, it's been 2 years. Ever since this snake of fate was born, Aaron Cerie's career had improved by the day. Now he owned a private hospital that provided medical services to high society. Music changer something. He looked at the Evernight Sacred Emblem. I got it. As he ran, Will Osterton stepped on the spot that was slippery. Did I loop it? Yeah, I looped it. That was slippery. With a slip, his body involuntarily leaned back. He took a few steps back and stepped on another. This provided an impetuous to stop Will Osterton's fall, miraculously allowing him to maintain his balance. In regards to this, I guess you would say he was lucky. In regards to this encounter, alarm started ringing in the chubby toddler's head. This was because, with his luck, it was impossible for him to step on a spot that could make people slip. A familiar figure quickly appeared in his eyes. It was Sherlock Moriarty, wearing a half-top hat and a black double-breasted coat. Will Osterton turned his head abruptly and looked at his nanny and maid. He discovered that they had noticed the appearance of the stranger on the lawn. I have a nagging feeling you would say, go ahead and scream, no one will hear you. The 2-year-old toddler mumbled as he turned around. Without waiting for Klein's reply, he spread his hands and said, in short, I must congratulate on becoming a Kings of Angel. Bullying children doesn't suit your current situation. Klein let out a soft chuckle. Do you know how to fool fate? Will Osterton raised his hand and looked at the world warily at Klein. Giving me fake ice cream isn't equivalent to fooling fate. With that said, he grumbled, "Why don't you squat down? At my age, it'll be bad for my neck development if I had to keep raising my head like this." Klein didn't have the air of a newly advanced Kings of Angels. He squatted down with a smile, allowing Will Osterton to look at him straight in the eyes. Will Osterton held his many hands and said, "Unless I've advanced to Sequence Zero and becoming Wheel of Fortune, fooling me in any form doesn't count as fooling fate." Klein thought and asked, "You haven't found the opportunity to accommodate the die of probability." It's been 2 years, really? No, Will Osterton shook his head before adding, "I have a premonition that it's coming soon." Klein carefully looked at chubby 2-year-old toddler for a few seconds before suddenly smiling. "If I were to give you and the dire probability to Ouroboros, would he quickly advance to Sequence Zero?" Will Osterton glared at Klein and said he will also need to wait for an opportunity to accommodate it. Furthermore, the opportunity to become a Wheel of Fortune and the requirement to accommodate the dire probability isn't the same. As he spoke, Will Osterton curled his lips. "If you wish to accommodate the full uniquenesses, the corresponding ritual can be simplified. It won't be that difficult, and you can simplify it. In such a situation, by ingeniously using the abilities of a Trojan horse of destiny and making a sacrifice to a certain degree, there's a chance of fooling fate. However, when you attempt to advance the Sequence Zero, even if you accommodate the uniquenesses and absorb 3 Sequence 1 beyond your characteristics, on separate occasions, you will still have to hold a ritual, allowing the corresponding item to fuse and undergo a qualitative change. Is that so? In other words, choosing the first accommodate the uniqueness is just a trick, but in the end, I have to truly fool time, history, or fate." Klein nodded slightly and said, "I roughly understand." He smiled and added, "Enjoy your childhood. I wonder how long it will last." With that said, Klein's figure turned transparent and vanished from the lawn. Will Osterton's other empty hand instinctively grabbed forward before retracting it weakly. He left just like that. He was so rude. He actually didn't prepare a present when he visited. The child couldn't help but mutter. He's like, "No present?" Northborough and Backland, St. Samuel Cathedral. Klein, who had transformed into Dwayne Dantes. It's been a while since we've seen Dwayne. Klein, who had transformed into Dwayne Dantes, walked into the prayer hall and found a corner to sit down. He looked at the Evernight sacred emblem on the altar. Music change. Caught that. Oh, it's a good song. Read my last message. So fooling him equals to fooling fate. But how are we gonna fool him though? Like, what what is it that we need to fool, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I get it that we need a fool, but I'm like, how are we gonna do that? Like, it has to be some crazy ass buffoonery. Is that how you say get fooled? Pull my finger, we have fooled fate. Yeah, no. It counts only if Will is in the Wheel of Fortune. And that's why he's like, should I give it an Ouroboros? But then it's going to take just so long as that. The message before that. LMAO. Wait. No, before that. A title of Key of Light Monster Pathway GOO is Incarnate of Fate. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, but no, I think you just tell me what's the GOO, an Incarnate of Fate. Okay. Is he just playing around? You ready before? He looked at the Evernight sacred emblem on the altar, lowered his head and clasped his hands and began to pray. Let me loop the music. I'm praying that I get cured by the morning. The Evernight goddess who stands higher than the cosmos and more eternal than eternity, you are also the mother of concealment, the empress of misfortune and horror. As he prayed, Klein's body and mind gradually settled down as though he had entered a half-awake state. After an unknown period of time, I'm sorry, are we going to speak with her? So wait, I'm sorry. I thought the meeting was between Adam and the true creator. Is it between Klein and Evernight? After an unknown period of time, a boundless dark... Oh my god, they're going to speak face to face? After an unknown period of time, a boundless darkness appeared in front of him. Beside his feet was a clump of night vanilla and slumber flowers. This place was so quiet that even breathing seemed to disturb those in slumbers around him. Before Klein could survey his surroundings, a figure suddenly descended from the depths of darkness. Oh, this is so fucking cool. There was clearly no sky or land here, but the figure seemed to come from the crimson moon or the stars in the sky. She was wearing a long, layered black dress that didn't seem complicated at all. It was adorned with countless resplendent lights as though the starry night sky had been draped upon it. Her head was indistinct and difficult to discern. He could only confirm that it was a female. Long time no see. Oh my god. It took 1,357 damn fucking chapters. But we finally speak to her. Long time no see. Like face to face. We're like face to face. We're gonna finally sit down and have a convo. Long time no see, the figure said gently before Klein spoke. Her voice was like a lullaby. Oh my god. She put me to sleep. Yeah, this is a good lullaby. Klein bowed in a gently manner and said, "Is this directed at the former Lord of the Mysteries or me who was previously hung above Sephira Castle?" Klein was very certain that this was a dream, but he dreamed didn't mean that it was fake. The Evernight Goddess projection said with a smile, "I'm not sure where you were hanging above the door of light. After I left, I never went back again." Indeed, Klein sighed inwardly. From the details, he confirmed that the origins of the Evernight Goddess Amnesis, the three cocoons of light that tore open, were side by side. He replied simply, "The Evernight Goddess projection was silently floating in the darkness, giving off a surreal feeling." She said softly, The people there were all candidates meant for the Lord of the Mysteries revival, but due to some unknown incident, he lost control of many things. If it wasn't for that, I would have died long ago and lived with the identity of the Lord of the Mysteries. If it wasn't for that, I would have died long ago and lived with the identity of the Lord of the Mysteries. Then you and Rizzo wouldn't have had the chance to return to reality. Wait. If she... You wouldn't have had a chance... Would she be... I don't want to look at chat just yet. Wait, this means that the death of the Celestial Worthy... Wait. This means that the death of the Celestial of Seven of... This means that the death of the Celestial Worthy is more thorough. He can only rely on the will left inside the Beyonder characteristics and the mechanical arrangements of Sephira Castle to revive. Klein sighed and smiled. I can already hear him whispering into my ears. Wait! Is Evernight the first cocoon? The first transmigrator? I thought it was ASG. She was the first cocoon? Oh my god, I gotta chill. I can't be too loud right now. Evernight was the transmigrator. What the fuck is ASG then? Who the fuck is Adam? Adam, guess we were friends. Was he just lying? Was he just trolling us the whole time? ASG came from the... Oh... Burnt down kitchen? But like the whole time, even before. No. Oh wait, no. KLC. KLC, so it's separate. Sorry. KLC is a different Sephira. Bro has lost the sauce. No, we're getting the sauce back. Sorry. Two different Sephiras. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry. But it's not even compatible. How is she... But she's not even compatible. ASG may be the plan of another existence like God Almighty. He's a pawn on the other side of the chessboard. ASG, I meant easy. ASG is to PGA what Klein... What the... Clown man? Wait, these acronyms are not helping me right now. ASG, Ancient Sun God, is the PGA what Klein is to CW. Guys, I swear to God. Wait, yeah, my bad. Yeah, ASG came from a different Sephira. Wait, what the... But, like, she's not even compatible. The Sleepless Pathway... Wait, was there a spoiler? I didn't read it. All I know is... There's something explained in book 2. Okay. All I know is... She isn't even compatible. Oh, yeah, be careful, guys. Wait. Here, hold up. All I know is... I'm sorry. The Marauder Pathway... The Apprentice Pathway... and the seer pathway are compatible. They're not compatible. Those three are compatible. I wasn't trying to flick you guys off. I was like counting. She is the same species as Flageura, which has... Okay, I'm going into huge spoiler territory. Okay, we're gonna chill. We're gonna chill. Okay, I didn't read what Zen said. Okay, I did read what Zen said. Okay, wait, exchange. Wait. Okay, hold up. I know we're treading on some COI things. I read what Zen said. My bad. Hold up. It's okay, Zen. It's okay. It's already been explained. It said that CW lost control of many things. Yes, that was explained. Okay, but like, I think he referenced Flageura. If they're like related. No, you're okay. So if she's related to Flageura, oh, the wolf arms. The wolf arms, the 4 wolf arms. She had 6 arms, but she has 4 wolf arms. I feel like those 4... I keep fucking grabbing my titties. I assume those 4 wolf arms, I guess, hint that she's part wolf. And if, oh, she's part wolf, she's part of what Flageura is? No, damn, I'm gonna get timed out again. Okay, we'll just stop right there. Okay, all right. Oh, wait, hold up. The missus is calling me. No, I'm saying they're not compatible. Or exchangeable. Hold up, the missus is calling me. I gotta pretend I'm sick, 1 sec. I think she butt dialed me. Yeah, she butt dialed me. Ah, man, I really don't want to split this stream, man. I really don't want to fucking split this stream. I want to keep going. Shit. Stop trying to explain too easy. Half of you don't understand what he's trying to say. I mispronounce sometimes too. I misspeak. I know it doesn't help, but then I'm not completely coherent sometimes. Read COI. I'll read it. We'll get to it. Long story short, we're gonna keep reading. That's what we're trying to explain. One needs to stall. Long story short, one needs to stall a month before COI. All right, okay, we'll talk about that after. Okay, but there's a lot of speculation. That's all I know. All I know is that there's a lot of speculation. Okay, we'll just leave it there. Ceasefire, my brethrens. Ceasefire, my brothers and sisters. Let's keep reading. I assume more will be explained. My last message. No, it's okay. I think more will be explained. I'm pretty sure more will be explained. My last message. PGA is the previous God Almighty. Oh, just like CW is the previous LOTM. PGA though, previous God Almighty. Okay, now I know. Fire. Okay, I got it. The French is angry. Let's bullying. No, it's okay. We're good. Chapter 1000. Oh my god, I forgot my timestamps. This song played as such a crazy ass boss fight in Act 1, and then at least some of the like this crazy ass fucking moment. Chapter 1000 P is for primordial, not previous, by the way. Okay. Well, okay. Chapter 1358 is called Conversation. The Evernight Goddess projection calmly said, "For him or them, we are unable to defeat or stop them. All we can do is resist and suppress them. Perhaps at certain times, a tiny oversight or relaxing even the slightest will turn us into him. On the path of being a Beyonder, dangers always accompanying us. No one knows when one will fall into the abyss." Klein silently added a few words of the Evernight Goddess. He thought for a moment and asked, "Did you cause some sort of disturbances when I was born?" Seemingly fused with the surroundings, the Evernight Goddess nodded slightly. "I use the uniqueness and the antigonous to indirectly affect Sephira Castle to tamper the Beyonder characteristics that accompanied your birth to the forsaken land of the gods." I just read that, but I don't understand it. Wait. I use the uniqueness and the antigonous to indirectly affect Sephira Castle to tamper the Beyonder characteristics that accompanied your birth to the forsaken lands of the god. So she's been kind of scheming this. Indeed, Klein sighed and frowned. The uniqueness of the antagonist can indirectly influence Sephira Castle. The Evernight Goddess projection replied gently like a lullaby. He has already lost control. This also means that his self-awareness is no longer able to suppress the Lord of the Mysteries' will in him. The two psyches are stitched together, revealing the most I'm sorry, who are we talking about here, just to be sure? This also means that his self-awareness is no longer able to suppress the Lord of the Mysteries' will in him. The two psyches are stitched together, revealing the most primitive, most instinctual, and the most bloody and crazy side. Remember, the curtain got kicked out of the fog in FLOG at the same time as Klein got kicked out of Sephira Castle. From last volume? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking I keep thinking the Antigonus family, but no, we're talking about like Antigonus. Sorry. Oh god. Okay. No. I got it. I'm on track now. Antigonus. I was thinking like the Antigonus family. I'm like, okay, who in the Antigonus family? Like, sister, tell me who. No. Antigonus. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm getting lightheaded. I gotta chill. And the Lord of the Mysteries is the former owner of Sephira Castle. The present Antigonus can indirectly influence Sephira Castle by using this identity very naturally. It's no wonder the Evernight Goddess has a greater understanding of that strange door of light than the Emperor Rizal. On the one hand, she was born from Sephira Castle, and on the other hand, she had imprisoned the crazy Antigonus. Klein was enlightened as he continued asking, why didn't you have any Beyonder characteristics accompanying you and Rizal when you both were born? Oh yeah, huh? Why not Roselle? In that case, be it the Evernight Goddess or Emperor Rizal, they definitely wouldn't have chosen one of the Seer, Apprentice, or Marauder pathways. The Evernight Goddess projection said indifferently, this is also why I said that something unknown had happened to the Lord of the Mysteries, causing many of the prior arrangements to be out of control. After 2 consecutive failures, Sephira Castle experienced a certain change. This is also a good thing for you. As the apocalypse arrives, the remnant will of the Lord of the Mysteries has dissipated. In the end, all that's left is a mental imprint that's attempting to awaken him. If you were born in the 4th epoch, you would have become him the moment you became an attendant of mysteries. This was because Klein had used the curtain left behind from the Celestial Worthy during his advancement. As for the Beyonder characteristics in the body of Antigonus and Zaratul, they had undergone generations of Beyonders and Beyonder creatures, diluting and wearing off the will. Okay, I get that part, so it's like slowly getting weaker. Klein had a nagging feeling that the Evernight Goddess had some guesses about what had happened to the Celestial Worthy of Heaven and Earth for blessings. However, since she deliberately didn't mention it, it wasn't appropriate for him to probe further. All he could do was say, how did Antigonus manage to accommodate the full uniqueness? The Evernight Goddess's dream projection didn't hide anything. She replied gently. He sought the help of Adam and Amon. Oh, no fucking way. They were supporting Elisa Tudor back then, using the abilities of the Trojan Horse of Destiny. Klein acutely grasped the core reason based on Will Ostenton's explanation and inference. They captured the demigod of the Solomon Empire and got Adam to do a deeper level hypnotism act. And let me read this again. They captured a demigod from the Solomon Empire and got Adam to do a deeper level hypnotism act in a transplant of the corresponding memory, making him believe that he was Antigonus. Then, with Amon working with Antigonus, he stole the Antigonus identity and fate, while Antigonus used the tampering authority to combine the identity of fate with the experimental subject. Bro, this is getting so meta. That demigod from the Solomon Empire began living in the state of Antigonus, and after some time he took the initiative to accommodate the fool's uniqueness. He undoubtedly lost control. At this moment, the real Antigonus removed the real Antigonus removed the tampering, allowing his identity and fate to return into Amon's hand. I'm not losing control. I'm just... It's getting really meta, dude. I have no other words to say than it's just getting really meta. Amon ended the theft and returned them to the original owner. Klein listened attentively and added thoughtfully, if that's the case, it's equivalent to Antigonus failing to accommodate the uniquenesses and turning into a monster, and a perfectly well Antigonus with no problems at all. The two completely different fates existed in... Wait, fake Antigonus and real Antigonus had two completely different fates, right? Different fates exist in the real world at the same time. Therefore, fate has been fooled to a certain extent. Okay. Before he finished... I got this. Before he finished the sentence... Okay, I got it. Easy's back in high school compared... Comprehending chemistry. Oh, man. Don't bring up the moles in chemistry. Oh, man. That was not fun. Before he finished the sentence, Klein sensed something latent problems and hurriedly asked, aren't there problems with this? It's very risky. Yeah, no shit. The Evernight Goddess Dream Projection calmly replied, fate isn't easy to bear. If one can't retrieve the fate from the target in that short period of time, while he's losing control, things will undoubtedly fail. Retrieving it a second earlier will not activate the effect of the ritual. So it has to be exactly. Retrieving it a second later will lead to Antigonus shouldering the fate of losing control and inevitably end up with the same outcome. So you have to do it at the same time. That's right. On one, it's like, so Back to the Future, it has to be exactly when the lightning strikes. Got it. Not a second later, not a second early, not a second after. Okay. That's right. On one has to naturally bear the burden of the troubles brought about by fate. If not for that, Amon would have long stolen my fate and swaggered. Amon would have stolen my fate and swaggered into Sephira Castle. Klein mumbled inwardly as he began to think about how he should imitate the ritual of the Antigonus family ancestor. It was difficult to complete a normal ritual, and with the urgency of the matter, using a simplified ritual to accommodate the full uniqueness was the best option. Once I become the half full, my control over Sephira Castle will improve. My level and strength will at least reach the level of a true god. This way, even if I face a dual pathway true god like Amon, I'll be able to protect myself and wait for the reinforcements even if I'm not a match for him. As Klein thought about my strength, match-up, and development he hoped for, he began coming up with a preliminary ritual plan. He planned on using the Evernight Goddess' help to suppress the Antigonus family ancestor and use Sephira Castle to steal his identity, fate, and self-awareness. Okay, we steal his fate. This way, his body would have his own consciousness, the will of the celestial worthy, Antigonus ancestor self-awareness, as well as the anchors from the new City of Silver, New Moon City, and Roasted Archipelago. He would also become Antigonus. He will also become Antigonus. Oh, because you're stealing it. He would also become Antigonus to a certain extent and accept his fate of losing control and going mad. No! The reason why Antigonus went crazy was that his self-awareness could no longer suppress the awakening celestial worthy. The two psyches were stitched together. When his self-awareness reached Klein's body, he would undoubtedly repeat the same process. This was because the celestial worthy's will in Klein's body was no less than the one in his actual body. In other words, the fate of losing control and madness was unavoidable. Klein believed that there would be many additional burdens when bearing it. At the same time, with him having more anchors than Antigonus, his consciousness could remain center stage in a harmonious state, maintaining a silver of rationality. In such a state, he would use the identity of Antigonus family ancestor to accommodate the full uniqueness. And in the corresponding fate, this was something that he had long accommodated, so it wouldn't bring about any further repercussions, hence fate had just been fooled. After the ritual ended, Klein would remove his theft and restore his original identity, and wait, you can just restore your original identity and fate, and no longer be affected by the madness, allowing him to become the half-fool, and he doesn't have to lose control and keep his sanity. The main problem of this plan was in two places. First, it was to maintain his own state. Any slight accident can easily cause Klein to go crazy and be powerless to save himself, okay? Second, no one knew for sure how much the Celestial Worthy's will and the body of Antigonus' family ancestor would awaken or bring about unsuppressed changes. He could only rely on the Evernight Goddess to balance it out. I mean, if we're concealing it... No, I'm reading it, but I'm like, I'm on a really thin line right now. At this moment, the Evernight Goddess's projection seemed to have guessed his thoughts. If you wish to steal the fate of Antigonus, it's best to let him enter a temporary state of eternal slumber. I can try to help you, but I need a medium to have the necessary... Dude, she's gonna fucking help him. I can try to help you, but I need a medium to have the necessary confidence. This is an angel that had accommodated the full uniqueness. I'm hanging in there by a thin line, man. What medium? Klein asked, seemingly in thought. Do we use Ariana as a medium? The Evernight Goddess projection said with a smile, the river... Is that a Sephiroth? That's a Sephiroth, right? The river water of the river of eternal darkness. As expected. That's one of the other Sephiroths, right? That's one of the 9 Sephiroths? River of eternal darkness, as expected. To Klein, this answer wasn't surprising at all. It was even within his expectations. This made him feel rooted to the ground. Yeah? Dude, is this going to be the, like, COI Sephiroth the MC fucks around with? Hold up. Because it ain't going to be Sephiroth Castle. It has to be another one of these. He deliberated for a moment and said, just the river water. The Evernight Goddess projection nodded slightly and said, you won't be able to take away the entire river of eternal darkness at that moment. You'll understand once you reach the depths of Cauldron City. You can ask the questions when you're back. Without waiting for Klein to answer, she added, for you, there's an unusual danger there. You better wait until your mental state is stable before you go. Alright, although Klein didn't know what he would encounter in the depths of Cauldron City, he knew that he was in the right state of mind to take risks, especially when it involved a Sephiroth. The Evernight Goddess projection continued. When you wake up, hold the bestowment ritual. I will give you an item that can be used to scoop up the river water of River of Eternal Darkness. Sephiroth is plural, Sephiroth is singular. Oh, thank you, Clownman. Sorry. Sephiroth and Sephiroth, plural and singular, got it. Klein nodded and said without a word, Adam is part of the ancient sun god, one of his identities. The Evernight Goddess projection didn't show any obvious signs of motion. She gently said, he has already gone to the forsaken lands of the gods and met the true creator. That's fast. After feeling a little surprise, Klein felt that it was only right. The reason why Adam allowed the secret to be exposed was that the secret was no longer of value. The Evernight Goddess projection continued. No matter what happens next, it will take a long period of time. You don't have to pay attention to it for now. After Klein nodded, the figure in front of him quickly turned blurry. The night vanilla and slumber flowers under his feet flew up one after another, scattering throughout the darkness. He opened his eyes, saw that the dark hall and the pure light shining through the holes in this wall. The latter were like stars embedded in a velvet night sky. I put a simplified explanation in the lore management channel. You can check it out after the chapter if you want. But I should definitely look at that. Fuck, we gotta do 4 more chapters, 1 more hour, so I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. Okay. Holy shit, D-Man. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't delete your messages. Because I don't know if you're... Oh my god, thank you. Because they gave me the option to delete the old stuff, right? Because, yeah, I should, in case people click on them or interact, because since that was the hacked one. But then I realized, oh wait, no, you're also helping out with lore management. That's why I only deleted like 3 days prior, or like 48 hours. All right. I desperately need to see, but I won't. Wait, hold up. Before we talk about episode 1, Clown Man. Yeah, hold up. Because I'm thinking about the curtain now. I know, wait, hold up. I've been thinking about the curtain since episode 1. I'll pull up the scene right now, because I need to look at it. I'll pull it up right now. No, I know. That's been kind of going through my head right now. I'll look at it right now. We'll look at it. We'll talk about that, and then I'll go through... I guess we can probably go through it now. Okay. Wait, so basically, the Celestial Worthy prepared a resurrection plan. Okay. He took multiple humans above Sephira Castle, making plans for Sephira Castle to release transmigrators into the new body with the Velvet Curtain. That contains a 9-to-1 of Seer, which would make the transmigrator lose control. Oh, and because he loses control, the Celestial Worthy will be born into their body. It would then be resurrected and would slowly reclaim his old status. Okay, so that was his plan. But his plan did not come to fruition due to unforeseen events, so Evernight was born and took the sleepless pathway. As she was not born with the Velvet Curtain, later another one of his species, a child of Flagera, Antigonus of the Seer Pathway, and oh my god, an attendant of mysteries with the help of Adam and Amon, helped him accommodate the Seer uniqueness. Bro, I need to reread this book, bro. It's bad. And helped him accommodate the Seer uniqueness, making him lose control and become the half-full, making the Celestial Worthy not fully awakened, but because he went half crazy, half-full, making the Celestial Worthy slowly awaken in him. Okay? Evernight made him sleep above Hornicus mountain range. Wait, when we say him, we're talking about Antigonus. Right? The half-fool. Evernight made him sleep above Hornicus mountain range. When Sephira Castle would show change when Roselle Klein were born, she would use the Antigonus to influence lightly Sephira Castle to make sure that Klein and Roselle were born without the influence of the Celestial Worthy. For example, Klein was supposed to be born with the Velvet Curtain and therefore would lose control and the Celestial Worthy would be born in his body. Adam was born in the Chaos Sea Chernobyl, totally unrelated to Celestial Worthy plot. Okay. Bro, I need to reread this book. It's bad. Wait, man, it's bad. This got really, like, there's a lot of layers to this series now, bro. It's crazy how many, like, I miss the good old days where the Klein's Seer abilities was him using a gun and using, like, demon bullets, you know? I miss the good old days when it was a lot easier to understand. But wow. I don't have more questions. The plot is really fucking deep, bro. This shit got layers of mysteries, bro. Oh my god, bro. Wow. And it's like, so in episode 1, that was the curtain. I'll look at the I'm gonna look at episode 1 after this. Wow. How are they gonna animate that? This shit has more layers in my life. Dude, this has more layers in my life. I'll tell you that much. Whew. Next chapter, man. God damn. 1:20. Oh, man. I gotta chill my voice, man. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, wait. I did do my timestamp. Okay. 4 more chapters. Music change. End of back to Klein. Music change at end of 1350. So once we go back to Klein in this chapter, we switch music. Got it. Klein, music change. Remember about the curtain. What's the episode? In episode 1, the curtain is a sequence 1 characteristic, while the cloak gone might represent the intervention of Evernight. My guess only. Oh, the gong. Okay. So the curtain represents... So the curtain in episode 1, the red curtain, that represents the sequence 1 characteristics, while the cloak gong might represent an intervention of Evernight. My guess only. Okay, that's okay. I feel like during the seasons, if there's like a gong effect or something that happens through Evernight's interference, maybe. Okay. If there are things you do not completely understand, I can do an explanation of the lore management channel, so don't hesitate. The channel exists for the reason. No, that's okay. I'm getting it right now. Actually, it's 901 characteristics. That's true. Wait, yes, that was established. It's technically 901 because that's what the Celestial Worthy would have needed. No, I know. We are going to catch up with a lot of manhwa. I plan to, like, bulk read all of Oro V. I don't remember if it was Wiz or you, but one of you said back in Volume 6, damn, that curtain should have been on Klein when he spawns so he gets an angel immediately. I did not say that. That sounded like Wiz. That sounded like something Wiz would say. No, I know, but we are going to be reading... I'm not going to be reading... I won't be reading Shadow Slave daily, but I will be reading it. I'll be reading that before COI. And then I'll be doing the I'll be doing the side stories of LOTM off stream and then uploading the reacts. But then for the main part that Wiz told me was like canon in a way, that I'll do live. Now, wouldn't it be funny if I deleted your message, Merlin? Check this out. Never mind, he read already. Cammy's like, I'll delete the next one. I'll be super quick. Oh, man. All right, let's keep going. Oh, I got 4 more chapters, man. Oh, my God. I'm losing my voice. I'm gonna stay strong, brothers and sisters. I got you guys. I'm doing this for you guys, man. Oh, man, it's getting late, too. It's okay. It's okay. Chapter 1359 is called Early Morning. Klein watched the scarlet flame suddenly appeared and engulfed him. When the sparks scattered, his figure had already vanished from St. Samuel Cathedral. In an ordinary inn's empty room, Klein walked out of the sudden rising flame and began setting up a bestowment ritual. Soon, the mysterious door formed by candlelight opened, and an ancient accessory flew out from the endless darkness and landed on the altar. This accessory seemed to be made out of gold. It looked like a slender bird. Oh, it's a brooch. Surrounding by a pair of wings formed by white flames, the bronze eyes shimmered with layers of light as though there was an illusory door hidden within. Klein certainly thanked the Evernight goddess, ended the ritual, and picked up the golden bird-shaped accessory. This seems to be the image of the legendary phoenix, Ancestor Gregorus. Beyond this ancient Death's Door-owned pathway, she had apparently grasped partial authority of the Apprentice pathway. This is preliminary conclusion from the city ruins in the forsaken land of the gods that believed in Phoenix. It is no wonder most ancient gods find it difficult to control their emotions. They were on the edge of madness. No, they were constantly tethering between madness and rationality. Before the burst blasphemy slate appeared, none of the Beyonder creatures had the concept of a sequence pathway. They only had the concept of convergence, reproduction, and blind attempts. As Klein carefully examined the gold bird brooch-shaped accessory, he sighed inwardly. As he owned Safari Castle, he could sense that there was a subtle connection between the accessory and the river of eternal darkness. So it could contain the river water of the river of eternal darkness. Yes, the river water of river of eternal... Whoa. Tongue twister. So it can contain the river water of the river of eternal darkness. Yes, the river water of the river of eternal darkness is definitely not river water in the true sense of the phrase, but an abstract concept or symbol. Klein nodded and thought and threw the golden bird-shaped accessory into Safari Castle, sealing it in the junk file to prevent any unnecessary accidents. On a mountain peak outside Bayham City, the Red Angel evil spirit watched at the edge of the sea gradually light up as an orange sun slowly left the horizons. At some point in time, a young man wearing a pointed hat and a classical black robe appeared beside him. The man played with crystal monocle and wore it on his right eye. It was Amon who had become Mr. Error. Sauron Einhorn of Menachie turned his head and glanced at Amon. The sacrifice you provided was actually the original body? If it wasn't my true body, how could I have the time to steal the ritual and replace Bethel? Amon replied with a smile. As a qualified conspirer, you shouldn't have not thought of this. The Red Angel evil spirit scoffed. How would I know that you weren't trying to trick me? Perhaps you predicted my prediction. Amon smiled and didn't answer directly. Instead, he took out a strange crown covered in rust and blood. This is your reward. He threw the item to Sauron Einhorn of Menachie. After the Red Angel evil spirit caught the strange crown, he was somewhat surprised. While you actually didn't try to go back on your word, doing something that doesn't match your expectations is also a form of deception. Amon pinched the monocle on his right eye and started to smile. I'm looking forward to you becoming the Red Priest and devouring that demoness. When that happens, your image will definitely be extremely interesting. As Amon said that, his smile carried an uncontrollable sense of warped humor. Sauron Einhorn Menachie fell silent for a moment before saying, I don't think it will be very different from how I am now. Two bloody mouths opened on both sides of his face before quickly closing. Amon adjusted the monocle on his right eye and looked to the other side of the sea. The situation in the western continent seems interesting. With that said, the present Mr. Error, the former angel of time, turned into light and dissipated. The Red Angel evil spirit looked into the direction of where Amon was looking and tossed the strange crown into his hand. On both sides of his face, the bloody mouth appeared once again as they said, after absorbing this beyond characteristic, you better stay away from Bansi. Missed it? What'd I miss? If you wish to grow breasts and have your body swell up, you can continue staying there. Menachie curled his lips and said, isn't that something you both wish for? Is that what it was? Is that what was the rusted crown of sequence 1 of the 100 pathway? Really? Oh, you see, look, man, they gotta say it. I'm so cooked right now. They should have just said it. I didn't even know what that was. I'm like, what's with the crown? Yeah, we're going to 62. If you used to grow breasts and have your body swell, you can continue staying there. Menachie curled his lips and said, isn't this something you both wish for? Facing the altar filled with materials and artifacts, Klein raised... Oh, Klein raised. Music change. Oh, wait, no. He said end of chapter. Oh, it's an artifact. Yeah, but that's an artifact with a 6-1 hunter. We talked about it once in volume 6. The crown and the two angels fused with Menachie were women. And that's what's saying it'd be no different. Okay. Facing the altar filled with materials and artifacts, Klein raised his right hand and snapped his fingers. Yo, man, I'm feeling bad, man. I do feel bad. Fuck, I feel bad. I feel bad. If we finish this, are you guys down to do 3 chapters tomorrow? And then I'll just stitch the video together. I won't upload it. I'll wait until tomorrow, and then I'll stitch the whole arc together. Would you guys be down for that? Here, let me read it. Just because I do feel... Take rest, bro. Yeah, just because I am feeling a little weird, but it's like... I feel like I can keep going. But it's like, if I keep going, it might be late. Hold up. Let me finish the chapter, and let's see how we do. You can go until 65 today if you're feeling good. Damn. Stop now if you need. Let me finish the chapter, and let's see. Let me finish this chapter. Shit. Easy Take a Rest by Adam. Yeah, I want to push myself. No, I cannot make it a 65. No, I know. Love did mention, like, yo, if you can do long streams, I can't do a long stream today just because I'm feeling a little bit. Yeah, health comes first. Okay. Let's finish this. Yeah, I definitely need to do a fucking COVID test at this point. But we're still going to do the 3 chapters tomorrow. All right. All right, let me find my place. Facing the altar filled with materials and artifacts, Klein raised his right hand and snapped his finger. The table in front of him instantly became empty and clean. All the junk had been split up into categories and returned to their original location. This was a miracle that stemmed from one of Klein's accumulated wishes. Compared to the past miracle invokers and attendant mysteries, the miracles I can create can be described as quite varied. It's very practical, including but not limited to buildings, houses, interior designs, garbage classification, and environment protection. The miracles? Klein looked at the cleared and laughed self-deprecating. He then opened the door and left. If he wanted to return to the real world, to humanity's society, to strengthen his humanity and stabilize his mental state, his problem now was relatively problematic. If he directly sought Miss Justice's treatment before first suppressing the awakening will of the celestial worthy of heaven and earth for blessings, he would only contaminate her and allow his... Oh, shit. Wait a second. I'm sorry. Wait. Wait. Was that the spoiler? That you guys fucking told Wiz to tell me? Is that what we're hinting at right here? Of course, if Miss Justice had reached sequence 2, the effects wouldn't be too great. The current backland... that sounds... I think that's what's happening. The current backland had just been built and the number of pedestrians coming and going had returned to the previous peak. Just as Klein pushed open the inn doors, he heard all sorts of voices. Wait. Fresh fish from Pritz Harbor. It had plenty of meat and little bones. It's great for frying. Special ginger beer matched the muffins and potatoes wedges. Hot and fresh oyster soup. The freshest vegetables. Most of the noise came from the street vendors, and some came from a small number of passengers who were chasing the public carriage of pedestrians who were knocked down by people in a rush. The early morning rush painted such a noisy, sonorous, and chaotic scene. Klein listened to these unfamiliar yet familiar shouts and silently looked at the scene in front of him. He didn't move for a few minutes. Only when a thief came close did he put his hands into the black coat's pocket and walk towards the nearest coffee shop. A cup of good coffee, a set of mutton stewed with peas, a piece of oatmeal bread, Klein said, an unaffordable coffee shop owner. A total of 11 pence, the boss said after a mental calculation. Then he added, the price of everything is rising now. Klein didn't say anything. He took out a one solely note from the junk pile in Safari Castle and handed it to the boss. He then found a seat by the window, which wasn't very greasy. He took out a few pieces of tissues to line the table. Following that, Klein placed a piece of letter paper on top of it and took out a dark red fountain pen. After watching the morning scenery and pedestrians, he finally wrote, Dear Mr. Zick, I haven't written to you for another month because I had no choice but to sleep for some time. This isn't because I'm hurt, but because the ritual requires it. When I woke up and walked into human society again on the streets, it suddenly reminded me of the life I had when I was in Tingen. At that time, it was always very noisy in the morning. A large number of citizens would leave their homes, rushing to their factories or companies. The mobile peddlers gathered on the street and peddled their vegetables, food, and fruits, questionable quality. They were always cheap. I would always protect my wallet and carefully squeeze through them before heading to the station and wait for the public carriage with many people. I worked at Blackthorn Security Company at 36 Zotland Street and had a group of good colleagues. Dunn Smith was the captain, the supervisor there. He was an experienced, kind, and reasonable beyonder. He had a mild personality and was experienced in his job. He also cared for all the members in his team, and his only flaw was his bad memory. For matters which weren't too important, he might forget about it in the moment he turned around. He often said, hold on, there's still another thing. Of course, this was the reason why he had lost too many companions. He hoped that they would all stay in his dreams, so he often became lost as to which matter was reality and which belonged to his dreams. Such a fucking good character, man. Old Neil was my first mysticism teacher. The most useful skill he taught me was the expense claims. He always designed strange ritualistic magic, hoping to obtain help from the goddess. Some of it succeeded, while others produced ridicules. Back when things were simple, dude. Accidents until today, I can still recall them. He was a very kind person. Even when he was seeking to fulfill the everlasting dream, he didn't wish to harm others. Leonard is a poet with his own secrets. At first I thought he was very mysterious and a hidden expert that needed attention to be placed on. Later I realized that he was a crude, simple, impulsive, rebellious, aloof, and rude young man. Furthermore, he really doesn't have any literary talent. He could only rely on memorizing things to complete the acting requirements. Yes, he barely had some merits. He considered rather brave, and he had sharp intuition and terrifying reasoning abilities in certain matters. However, this is limited to certain matters. Fry was a cold-looking beyonder with no one dared to approach, but in fact he had a sense of responsibility and a warm heart. He would always extend his right hand when the others needed help. Klein was very short. He used a civilian staff member and then took the initiative to apply to become an official member. He was quite smart, but he would never decline a place. Every time he played cards, he would talk about his fiancée. Roseanne is a receptionist of the Blackthorn Security Company. She's lively and lazy, and she's loved by everyone. To us, she's like a younger sister. She's also like every single one of us, but she also hates all the official members because her father was once an official beyonder, who later died in the course of duty. Perhaps in her heart, official members were equivalent to people who received a notice that they were infected with a critical illness. Miss Oriana is an accountant, a victim of supernatural case. She's delicate and gentle. She pursues an exquisite life. She usually doesn't speak much, but she takes good care of everyone and doesn't make things difficult for us regarding finances. For example, she rarely rejects Onya's. That is sad, man. It's like. For example, she rarely rejects Onya's expenses claims, no matter how ridiculous the reason was. She would only leave it to Captain to make a decision. Ma'am Sikatron had rare natural white hair, and she's an unsuccessful author. She's an unsuccessful author. You don't gotta say that. She has an outstanding temperament and a quiet personality. She doesn't seem like a Beyonder who fights at night. She's also very brave and very firm. Even when facing death, she doesn't flinch. Ma'am Riel is very similar to Fry. She doesn't talk much, but are very concerned about her colleagues. Yes, except at the card table. Brett is the best at writing, reports among the clerks. He's a romantic gentleman. Even though he's been married for 15 years, he still loves his wife very much. I think he'll live a good life because he lives the maximum, then the less he knows, the longer he'll live. Cecilia Francis is our carriage. Oh my god, the carriage driver. I forgot about him. Caesar Francis is our carriage driver. Despite being a civilian staff member, he often encounters dangerous situations. Therefore, the captain handed over the matters regarding the purchases of goods and application swim. He doesn't make his presence known, and perhaps this is the key to his survival. I occasionally think about it. If it weren't for the things that happened later, I would have definitely still been living in Tingen. I would have worked on time every day. I'll be on duty to the man in the basement, and I wouldn't deal with a few cases that crop up while playing cards with my colleagues. I would occasionally accompany Melissa and Benson to watch a play or a circus show. I'm about to cry. If I can come home early one day, I'll study cooking. That's a huge hobby of mine, and when the weekend comes, I might come to visit you and talk about the history of various fields. It's a pity that life is always pushing us forward and making us face changes. Damn, man, that's a fucking good chapter, dude. That's a good chapter, bro. Let me do my timestamp. I think I am gonna stop there, man. I do feel like shit. And I need to take a COVID test. I have a few test kits. I think they're expired. So let me see. Can you use an expired kit? Does an expired kit even fucking have? Oh man. Oh man, that was good. The what if question, man. Like, what if he just stayed? I got tear, man. Like, what if he just stayed, man? Like, what if he just stayed and he like retained his humanity and he just chilled with them? Oh man, that's sad. I think the part that got me more sad was when he brought up his siblings, Benson and Melissa. I think that's what got to me. Yeah, that's what got to me. Oh man, yeah, I am gonna stop there. Is there any artwork that I should look at? I think people were posting pictures. I think it was on the explanation of what happened, but let me look it up. Should I look at it? Is it too soon? Oh, there's a lot of artwork here. Yeah, check Discord. All right, let's check this shit out, man. Let me just change the music. Let's keep the Hollow Knight ambience. I'll keep the Hollow Knight ambulance. I said ambulance. Ambience. The Transmigrator Trio. So it was Evernight? Like what? Oh shit, flashbang. Yo, can I use this as a thumbnail? Or is this too much? It's not too much, is it? People won't know. This looks good. I think Evernight went up on my most one of my liked characters. Just a really good character. People will know, but like, would they know? They won't even know who she is. They won't know who that is. Like, who is this? What the fuck? How many hands does she have? Wait. Wait, there's 4 hands. 1, 2. I just realized there's 4 hands. How dare you blaspheme in my presence? Oh, I mean, yeah, they showed her in the Dunkwat, but like, people won't know what this means. So like this won't reveal that she was a transmigrator, but I guess it shows a connection, right? So people already know there's a connection. She has 6 hands, 4 are wolf hands. Because I remember it was 2 regular hands, and then it was like 4 other ones. So Evernight has, yeah, thank you. So Evernight has been like, no fucking shit, no way. So she's been, wow, this is like really good though. I mean, anybody got a high res picture of this shit? God damn. 8 including legs, I guess. I think it's 8. Well, in the picture, it's 2 regular arms. It was 2 regular arms holding the moon, and then it was like 4 wolf arms. That's what I remember. 2 human and 4 wolf arms. Whoa. Oh, is that a wolf arm right there holding her like veil? 6 hands and 2 legs. So I guess that means 8. So is that like 8 wolf legs? Is that what that was? I don't remember 2PH. This looks good. I'm kind of scared to use this as a thumbnail because I feel like people are like, huh, are those buildings? But then I'm like, well, I guess they transmigrated. Okay. Oh no, I don't know. I've reached a point where I'm scared to just use thumbnails, but like I really want to use these thumbnails. I think it's cool. And then once we're done reading it, like I have to go back and credit all these artists. Like I got to figure out who's who. Is this supposed to be the veil? So if it wasn't for Evernight, then CF would have awakened Incline right away. That's what it is, right? What the fuck? Is this supposed to be the curtain like wrapping her arms? Wait, hold up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 6 arms. 6 arms, 2 legs. Yeah, he died instantly. If it wasn't for her aid. Wow. I'm sorry. You know what this reminds me of? Has anybody, please tell me somebody's played Endwalker. Has anybody, oh wow. Dude, this reminds me of another like amazing fucking scene in video game. Has anybody played Endwalker? I gotta show you guys. I think we can use this one. What the fuck? What? Chapter 1, Klein and Evernight? Oh, shit. Art you could use for the Volume A thumbnails. Damn. This is what Wiz had at his oh, I thought this was an ocean behind him. I thought he was standing on the beach, but looks like it's the fog. I thought, yeah, okay, because I remember seeing Wiz use that. Damn. Damn. We fucking made it, dude. Volume 8. That's crazy. I thought it was ocean too, not gonna lie. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh shit, I wanted to look away. I thought like Klein was like standing at the ocean, and then just, you see this part where right here was the sand. And then when Wiz uses something, I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? Lord of Mysteries got dark as fuck. What happened? Like, this looks like such a serious post for Klein. 34 chapters left? Yo, how can we space that out for 34 more days? Am I right or am I right, guys? How can we stall enough and make 34 chapters last 34 more damn days? How can I keep you guys hostage for 34 more days? 1 chapter a day? Or it'll be like the, what's that one Christmas song? The 12 Days of Christmas? I would never do that to you guys. No, sorry. We do want to finish. We want to finish right away. We're finishing next week, man. We're doing it next week. Next week, we're done, bro. All right, man. That's all she wrote, folks. I gave you 3 days and a half. Eat an apple. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. That was an amazing day, an amazing stream, amazing progress. I'm sorry I stopped a few chapters early, but man, this series means a lot to me now. It's crazy how good this is. It's getting complicated, though. That's the thing that's worrying me. It's so like... it's so conceptual now, and like that's where I'm like, I've always struggled when it comes to all this conceptual, like theorizing and like cross analyzing events that happened like 1,000+ chapters ago, and then like cross referencing. It's been that's hard for me, like, but it's like I think I'm doing good. Hope you feel better. No, it's right. We'll be better tomorrow. Read the explanation, DSV and Cami. Bet I'll look into that. All right, later, guys. Peace. Have an amazing day. Harshism already confirmed. Wait, there is. Like, let me guys show you guys like 2 things before I head out. You guys, and that's right. I'm not gonna hold you guys hostage, but this picture of Evernight reminds me of one specific scene from Endwalker. Let me show you guys. Endwalker. I feel like whoever drew that had to have played Endwalker, and like they had to have played Endwalker. Like, there's no shot they haven't. Oh, look. Check this shit out. This is the only time I can use Reddit, because it's fucking flashbang. This scene right here. For people that have played FF14, that picture of Evernight reminded me of this scene. Crazy, dude. Oh, so good. Why the fuck did I open up my own stream? Yeah, no, we'll be good. We'll be healthy. Alright. I think that's it. Man, there's a trailer I want to watch. I'm gonna watch one 6-minute trailer. Stream tomorrow? Yeah, we'll stream. I think tomorrow, though, we're just gonna do the 3 chapters. I'll see the time right now. I'll double check the time. In the meantime, I am just gonna watch one game trailer. If you guys want to hang out for like 6 more minutes, because I think the trailer's 6 minutes long. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna make this a quick video, quick 6-minute video. Since I'm not gonna upload it, since I'm not uploading today's read through. Well, look, here's the thing. Love, let me ask Love, since he helped me with the breakdown. Can I read more than 3 chapters tomorrow? Like, can I? If I stop at 62, can I go to like potentially 65 and just like read a little bit of the next arc, like if I have time, or if I feel a little bit better, or is it like hard stop 62? Because if it's hard stop 62, then I can just put the video together and then upload it. Yeah, do whatever you want. I'll see. But I know those last 2, you can go until 72 however you want. Okay, so I have some leeway up until 72. But hard stop 72, and it's because I know you said these last 2 streams, and then you guys even said it's like at 72. You guys said it has to be back to back, right? 3 chapters for a day, or my brain collapses. All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go to bed. All right, I'm gonna quickly check out one video game trailer. Are you guys ready? When I was originally making this YouTube channel, I said I'm gonna make a gamer channel. So that's why when we read our first chapter, Lord of the Mysteries, I was like, okay, gamers, because like we're gonna be gamers. But ow, shit, that scared me. But like we're readers. A fucking Horizon MMO? Buffer lag. Have you guys played Horizon? I like the games. Yeah, we went from gamers to readers. It's so weird though. A Horizon MMO. Like, it's not even an online game. I said MMO. Whoa! No wonder, man. Fucking PlayStation sued that Tencent game. Because they were making an MMO. It wasn't just because they fucking copied their homework, but like they were actually doing an MMO. Oh, this is so weird. I'll fucking join his Minecraft server. Dude, once I'm done reading to him, I'll have more time for gaming. Wait, what is she using it? Is that a glaive? Wait, it's not just the spear? Hell yeah, I'll join his Minecraft server. Tell him to send me it. It's a glaive. There's different weapons in this MMO? I'm sorry, this is PlayStation, right? MMO RPG developed by NC Soft, and it's not being developed by Guerrilla. I'm like, bro, this doesn't look like a Guerrilla game. Okay, different studio, different studio. Dude, yeah, I already downloaded Where Winds Meet. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited to play that game. I'm so excited for that game, dude. Yeah, one of my videos on where you just summon your mount. Like, dude, I love the Horizon games. I know it's cool to hate on Horizon, and I understand how, like, you got Xbox fans and you got PlayStation fans, you got Nintendo fans, and now we got GameCube fans with a freaking Steam box. But, like, I like these games. And I know Horizon came out, like, during the same month that Breath of the Wild came out and the Switch 2 came out. I played both when they came out. I love Breath of the Wild and I love Horizon. I am a gamer of all sides, okay? So I liked the first game, Horizon. And then the second Horizon game came out. That game fucking slapped. I got that game around the time I got my OLED TV. It's like, visually, it's one of the most impressive games I've ever fucking played, man. Even like The Last of Us 2, man, on this TV looked insane. But those two games are like super impressive, like visually. And I like the story. Like, I feel like Horizon 2 did kind of like what like a really big sequel would do, where it kind of expands the lore. Easy play Devil May Cry or so, bro. I've been playing Devil May Cry since the first game. You guys don't know. Like, I am a gamer. I am a 2000s gamers, okay? I have been gaming since the like start of the 2000s, okay? I've been gaming since the beginning. Okay, not the beginning. Hold up. Not that far back. Is that the trailer? What the fuck is all this? Oh, gameplay? Steel Frontiers. I gotta eat chips. And I like me a good MMO. I played FF14 for like 5 years, dude.
안녕하세요.
It was bad.
김택진입니다. 여러분께 NC의 새로운 프로젝트
Resident Evil 4, damn good game.
프론티어스를 마침내 선보일 수 있게 되어
I'm not
기쁘다
an ancient.
생각합니다.
How old is Wiz? Has he told you guys how old he is? I'm 21, just so you know. Yeah, no, yeah, we'll see tomorrow. No, you're good, Kemi. I know super late for you.
매력적이고 생동감 넘치는 그 세계에
Yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow.
저는 바로 빠져들었습니다.
He's 36.
거대한 기계 생명체와
Good thing I'm 21, right, guys?
흥분을 감출 수 없었고 미스테리한 내러티브는 저의 호기심을 자극하며
Okay, I'll tell you this. I'm closer to 30 than I'm closer to 20. Fuck, man, that realization hit.
까지 가게 만들었습니다. 하지만 동시에 이 재미 가득한 세계를 홀로 모험해야 한다는 점은 아쉽게 느껴졌습니다. 이런 세계에서
Whoa, this looks good, man.
거대한 기계 생명체와 전투를 한다면
Unconfirmed?
그 얼마나
No. You don't know how old I am.
그런 상상을 하며 기계 생명체라면
I'm between 25 and 30.
판타지 몬스터보다
And it's going to be that way for like the next 10
더
years.
재밌을 거란 확신.
I do want to play Chrono Trigger. I do want to play it. I have it on the 3DS. I have it. I'll pop out my DS right now. I think I literally have it inside. I think it's literally inserted. I'll find it.
이 매력적인
Where the fuck is my... Oh shit, hold up. I don't know where's my DS. Oh, I'm so dumb. It was like right under there. It's right under here. I'm pretty sure I have it installed. I'm pretty sure I have the cartridge inside right now. Like, I'm a 3DS right here.
세계관을 바탕으로 MMO를 만들고 싶었던
MMO Sin Extraordinary Universe. Damn.
호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스로 이루게 되어 오늘 여러분께
I need to be Hollow Knight though.
드리게 되었습니다. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스는 NC에게 새로운 도전이자 앞으로 펼쳐질 새로운
Exciting journey ahead.
NC 그리고 게릴라 게임스가 협력하여 만들어낸 새로운 호라이즌을
NC and Guerrilla.
Hi, I'm Jan Bart van Beek. I'm the studio director at Guerrilla.
Okay,
I
okay.
also lead our art and animation teams. And I was the one who originally came up with the concept.
Never mind, I have Fire Emblem.
Now, Horizon is incredibly special to
It's crazy.
everyone at Guerrilla.
I have Fire Emblem right now.
This world we've poured our hearts and souls into is a place where humanity, nature, and technology are constantly colliding.
Like, just the themes of this game is really cool. Or like, I mean, the setting, so cool.
Stories, tribal cultures, and of course those incredible animal-like machines that rule the land.
Oh, man.
From
Is there a
the very
quest board
beginning
like
of
Monster
the
Hunter?
franchise,
Is that what that
we've
was?
imagined
Was that a
the
quest board?
Horizon universe as one that could be experienced in many different ways. Horizon Steel Frontiers is
Steel
a full-fledged
Frontiers.
MMORPG.
Is it?
NCSoft has
Do you
built
go
a
in
specific
free?
MMO.
Is it like a monthly
With Steel
subscription?
Frontiers, you can step into this world
Or is it like a one-time
anywhere,
purchase
anytime.
and then in-game cosmetics and all that?
Players take on the role of machine hunters, chasing opportunity in a region called the Deadlands. This is inspired by Arizona and New Mexico.
What the fuck?
You're sharing the frontier with thousands of other players.
The fact that the map, the
Sometimes working together
camera's
to take
so
down
zoomed out is
machines,
so
and
different
other
from
times
Horizon.
competing with rival tribes.
Oh, it's a little laggy. Is
They're
that
fighting over
is that
resources.
my end or is that just
And
the
that
video?
mix of cooperation and competition creates moments that you could never script. Now, at the heart of Horizon's story is the search for the balance between humanity, nature, and technology.
Okay.
And sometimes that's harmony, sometimes that's conflict. But it always creates a world filled with mystery and beauty. What we want players to feel is the world's resilience and its hope. And that even when everything seems overwhelming, humanity can adapt, it can survive, and finds meaning in the world. We've already had groups of guerrillas playing Horizon Steel Frontiers together in the office.
What
and
the
it's
fuck?
Really amazing.
It looks good.
Whenever I get a chance to jump in on an early gameplay test, what really stands out is Steel Frontiers' distinct.
Oh, for a second I
tone
thought
and
that was
atmosphere.
PvP.
It has a unique identity of its own, and that's been brought to life by NC
I love how zoomed out the map is. I can't get over that. Or how zoomed out the camera is. Like, it shows you more.
And that balance between the
Oh,
essence of
shit.
Horizon and something fresh that really excites me about this project.
This is cool. What I don't understand with Horizon lore is that they got technology to make crazy weapons and other stuff, but they still dress like hobos. No, it's they don't have access to it. So it's bro, it's literally like Lord of the Mysteries. Like their ancient era is our era, just like an LOTM. Like they're like before the first epoch. It's like that's like it's the same thing. Like yeah, like it's like the same kind of like thing where their past is our present. And like so they made all this technology and they completely send them into ruins, and this game takes place like 1,000+ years into the future, and like civilization is like reestablishing and all this crazy shit. So it's like they're still adapting and learning, and then it's like you have the machines and these factories that keep reproducing new and new machines, but they don't have no control. They don't have control over that, and they're just surviving. It's crazy. It's cool. But I see what you mean. Like, what's all this crazy ass tech and they dress it like that? Like, where's their tech outfits? Okay, so it's still the same mechanics like in Horizon games where you dismantle parts and whatnot and then you can pick them up. Okay. Oh, you can carry it on your mount. What the fuck? That is new. 2 core values. Cooperation strategy. Okay, that I feel like that's universal for most games. Except art graders. It's fucking Battle of the Fitness, man. Have you seen those videos? That's just funny. What is this fucking monster? It's like a gorilla? What is that? It's like an ape? What the fuck are these new enemy types? Looks like a giant ass fucking crocodile. What the fuck? It looks like a Godzilla. Whoa, literally Godzilla with that fucking beam. And his fucking spine literally lights up like Godzilla. You fucking fight Godzilla in this MMO. Can we be villains though? Because if it's an MMO, can people RP as villains though? Yeah, look at customization. Yo, take care, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
노라, 테낙스, 우타루, 오세람 등 다양한 부족 중 선호하는 부족을 선택해 캐릭터를 생성할 수 있죠. 저희는 유저분들이 원하는 외형을 최대한 구현할 수 있도록
When does this game
높은
come out?
정도의
Does this come out like end of the
커스터마이징을
year?
제공합니다.
Q1 next year?
얼굴, 체형, 헤어, 메이크업 등 기본적인 요소를
Yo, take care,
시작으로
Anand. I'll see you guys
세부적인
tomorrow.
부분까지 마음껏 조절할 수 있습니다. 이렇게 만들어진 외형은 다른 유저들과 공유할 수도 있습니다.
Oh, that's cool. So if you
단순히
just want
캐릭터를
to,
만드는 것에 끝나는 게 아니라
so if somebody makes like an anime character and you want to activate it.
성장물에서 영감을 얻어
Yeah, okay, so if a like character wants to make like a free rent character, you can share it and you can download it. Okay.
사냥꾼의 모습으로 호라이즌 스틸
Damn. You can make whoever the fuck you want in this game. Like what I know a lot of JP players do, they recreate like celebrities.
캐릭터를 육성하고 동료들과 함께 거대한 기계를 공략하고 데드랜드의 기계 사냥꾼
There's one part in Horizon 2 that I really liked towards the end, where like you get on your bird and you fly from like one side to the other side of the map in one go, all in game. You can control it, and it's like it was really cool. It was like during the credits and everything. It was really cool. I was like, damn, that was a good game. Horizon 2 like really stepped it up, man. That shit was crazy. All right, that was it. That was crazy, man. That was good. All right, man. I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you all soon, i.e., tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Later, guys. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I need some rest. Y'all take care, man. I need to give a Pacific. Dude, Pacific Rim was so good. I saw that shit when they came out, bro. Day one. Pacific Rim 2 also saw day one. Definitely, that one was definitely not directed by Guillermo del Toro. That one also definitely did not have the same vision as Guillermo del Toro. I'll tell you that much. But it is what it is. All right, later, guys.